Hello, everybody, and welcome in to episode number 8 of Shackled City. It's been a little while. Been some time, right? We've got 2 weeks now. This will be week 2 without a session. I bet you're kind of eager to get back into it. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. If you didn't want to play, we can go do something else. If you guys don't want to play, perfect.
Nobody yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us play. Let us play.
Perfect. So let's take a minute and thank you guys again for encouraging the show. It has been a joy to dive back into, and I'm eager to see how far we can get before 1, you're exhausted of me, and 2, you are traumatized because it's coming. Yeah.
Traumatized already.
Oh
We'll
Lord,
see.
it's coming.
This is fine. This is fine. A little trauma never hurt anybody. So let's dive into what happened last time we played. Can you guys recall, even though it's been 2 weeks now, what happened last time we sat down together?
We made it back to the city safely.
Yeah.
We were touched by an angel, so we were safe.
Oh, okay. Tell me more about this angel.
He was hanging from meat hooks till we let him free.
An angel hanging from meat hooks. Yeah, that's going to go over so well.
Yeah. He had, what was it, golden metallic wings and like a lavender skin with runes on it. Super shiny. So Sora was like drooling a little bit, but we were good.
It's true. That's true. There's no lie
That was
told on this day.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
We freed said angel. Said angel was like, give me a couple weeks, I'll figure it out. We're like, we don't have a couple weeks.
Yep.
So angel said, you gotta pray to your gods to forgive me for what I've done and what I'm going to do. And so Sora took this as her sign to pray to Palor and believe in Palor and hope Palor believed in her. And then we got teleported back to Cauldron.
Yeah. Yeah, that went smoothly.
Yeah,
was
dropped
lucky.
us off at the right time and place perfectly. No hiccups whatsoever.
None. I couldn't have seen it being a better time or place.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Think of all the
According to
debts you left behind.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
interest accrual. Loan sharks don't generally tend to stop the vig once you disappear.
That's true.
But
That's
they
true.
might forget after that long.
If they
Sora thought
survived.
If they survived 21 years, yeah.
So Sora thought she actively died. Turns out that was not true.
Yeah.
And now her Palor symbol's missing. And then now the angel in her head is basically saying, you'll be taken as far as you're meant to go. So
Is the symbol missing?
it wasn't around her neck. That's what was told to me when we appeared back to Cauldron.
True.
There's a
Didn't you
bruise
have
in the
a-
shape
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
There's a
mark.
bruise in the shape of it. Yes, the actual symbol is missing. It's currently ingrained
object.
into Sora. Yeah.
Yeah, the object of Palor, your
Yes.
holy symbol, is MIA. That's correct. Okay. So you made it back to town. You didn't have to worry about your back taxes. You didn't have to worry about bookies, debts owed. You get in, you're like, we've been gone a week. What's the worst that could have happened? What'd you guys do?
Went to the nearest inn.
I went to the nearest inn. Got the kids taken care of.
Yeah.
Yep. Carter showed them his patent of nobility forgery, and it worked wonders.
It did. Imagine that.
Yep.
And it should have been our first clue when the guard at the thing heard the name Aaron and was shocked. But we didn't think of anything at the time. And then a lady comes up to us asking like what the hell we're doing, and we explain what happened, and we include the name Aaron again, and she runs off. And we still don't know what's going on. Because Aaron went to go talk to Tertian and Skellerang.
Yeah, the guard captain. That's what you do, especially when it's your job.
Correct. And because it was obviously just 1 week, and it was no other time than that.
Right. Aaron, from your point of view, you got to see the guard captain. You had to report in.
Yep.
And I'm going to guess that went really smoothly.
Oh yeah, perfectly smoothly. It was a little late on the day, but it's still within 7 days, so no issues there. Except for guard captain looked strangely young and youthful for all the time he spent on this job. And oh wait, he didn't seem to recognize me either.
That's true. He did not have an immediate recognition of you. Not the same way, anyway. Like, you look familiar. It's like seeing someone that you met and you're like, I know this person, but I don't know how I know them. So he almost drew a blade on you.
Yep.
It was close.
Yeah, this man you don't quite recognize walked in with city guard armor.
Not just city guard
Blending
armor,
Yeah.
but dated city guard armor.
Yep.
Also proclaiming to be a person believed to be dead, someone that he was raised with, like a brother. Imagine the shock. Imagine somebody just walks in and says, hey, what up, nephew? It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, that's not normal. That's not right. You can't be this person. That person died. He went missing. He said they looked for you. They looked for you tirelessly. Dad looked for you for years. Even he looked for you when he could. But you were never found. But before it got too strange, you met with a long-lost face. You didn't realize. You'd been missing for 21 years. What felt like 7, maybe 8 days was 21 years. Who you were looking at was Tercion Skellering, but he was not the guard captain that you came to know. It was the person that you were raised with. It was Tercion's son. And the person that met you, the long-lost allied or friend, in this case, was family. It was your baby sister. You left her when she was 8. 8 years old. Now standing before you, nearly 30. Holding the position that you held in the city. Or what you were supposed to hold in the city. How did the rest of that night go?
A lot of feelings came out. A lot of not quite belief, but I'll take what I can get in the meantime until it's sorted out. A lot of answers are going to have to be given, and I'm just glad you're back. If it's truly you who is saying who you are.
Sure.
And yeah, then I came back to my old home, kind of not touched much.
Sure. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's fair. You didn't have to.
Probably, yeah.
Nothing had really changed. It was almost as if they anticipated you returning. Which is strange to say, but it's very much the case. You received a normal night's sleep, just like everyone else. You found your way into rest. The next day, everyone agreed to reconvene. Where did you go?
Well, to be fair, prior to the night starting, the rest of us also got a chance to talk with Captain Skellering Jr., where he expressed much skepticism and basically called me a liar. But the investigation is ongoing, so at least we didn't get clapped in a cell right away.
He didn't know what to do with me.
You are a wild card.
Yep. And also, all of you outed yourselves for starting a fire.
No, we didn't.
No, the plant slapped fire out of our hands.
That's right.
Yes.
Very believable.
Hey, you know, we made it was you know, it was a very big point that Carter could not lie.
True.
We then proceeded to, you know, get the night out of the way. Managed to get a good night's sleep and a chance to wash up,
Yes.
which was very welcome. Aiden and the matron of the inn that they were staying in, have a very, amicable relationship to, because she hates his guts, which, seems to be the proper thing to do.
Justified.
Called you daft. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then, as the others were heading towards the tip tankard, I went to the Chapel of Palor to get the possibly tainted and corrupted bite mark on my leg looked at, and they responded as being, a bunch of pedantic, bureaucratic asses, in Aiden's opinion.
That's true. That's true. I don't think any of that was false. I mean, is Aiden alive?
Well,
I'll take your silence as deafening. Yes.
Yes, Aiden is upwards and mobile at this point in time.
What do you think's going to happen? Is Aiden about to die?
I think Aiden has corruption inside of him, and you're going to wait for a couple of seasons, and then you're going to spring it on me.
Oh, that was in there long before I touched the character. You're a sinner.
You're a sinner.
Then we got to the tip tankard where Aaron seemed to have trouble ordering breakfast. A little bit more meeting up with his beloved baby sister, and then we left the tip tankard.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
A sight was to be seen.
It's more than that. That little meeting with the sister that wasn't something that we can just kind of gloss over, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of information that was shared in those moments. I think it's important to highlight those before we start today's session.
Yep. So, mostly Erin was curious about her personal life, which she kind of glossed over, but more about what changes went on with the town while supposedly all this time had passed. A lot of nobles moved in.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, Jackson. Do you remember anything that changed over the last 21 years? Do you recall any conversation?
So things, let's see. I believe a few things happened. There were what was it? There was like a plague of some kind that wiped out some people.
There was a plague, yes.
The price of housing has apparently gone up because there's lots of people on the streets right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's not like anything we're dealing with at all.
Not even a little bit. No.
Lots of nobles moved in and started slapping their names on the things that they were rebuilding with their noble money.
Sure.
Except for one in particular who did what was it, like town hall?
Yes. There was one particular. What do you guys remember the name of the person who basically sponsored the town hall?
Volantru.
Yeah, I think that was right. There was a Volantru that sponsored the town hall. If I can go back and relook that over, I believe that is correct information.
That is correct, yeah.
That's what I got.
Okay. What else do you guys remember? Anybody else?
A lot of different churches moved in too.
Yeah. Why?
Mm-hmm.
They were short on healers
Why did they need healers?
because of the plague.
That's right.
Big.
There's a big plague that hit Cauldron.
Phil fever.
How many deaths were there?
Several hundred. I have down. Several hundred people died.
Which was weird because it was mentioned like usually you can bounce back from that particular disease and people just weren't.
That's correct. People were not. There's a memorial erected to remember those lost to the filth fever. Filth fever. That's a hard series of words to say back to back.
Oh, it's filth fever? Okay, let me fix that.
Yeah, they just generally call it the plague, but that's essentially what it is. What else can you recall? Was there anything else that was important?
A couple of things. Taxes had gone up like 100 times.
Yeah, 100%.
One thing I forgot to mention was learned during Aiden's visit to the temple. The three main churches in the area, their main patriarchs or the heads of the various chapels are all currently absent.
Yes,
along
they
with
are.
their belongings.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
And at the very end, we had a little kid coming in looking for their friend.
Orphan.
So there's missing kids from the orphanage.
That was
Gotta
true.
Find Rem.
That's right. We got to find Rem.
Correct, Rem. Yeah. There was something else specifically about the guards.
There was a lot less of them now.
Why?
Well, from my remembrance, things got a lot stricter. There was a incident that happened a couple years back where one guard kind of snapped and went at his fellow coworkers.
Yeah, there were
Killed
several
him with
guards
no
that
notice,
were
yeah.
exactly. There were several guards that were slain. There was never notice. Recruitment immediately tightened, and quite a few of the veterans in the guard service retired early. And frankly, the pipeline never recovered. So there are fewer patrols. Response times are a bit slower. A lot of the gates are locked. You have right hands operating in the lower positions. So that training that you got to at the gate, you got off a little easy there this time. But there's a lot more suspicion of outsiders. There's lots more of show me your papers.
Yeah, everything needs papers.
Everything
Papers,
needs
please.
papers. Correct.
Proof of citizenship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you dealt with the tax spike. You heard about the filth fever tragedy. The Church of Palor seems to falter, right? A lot of the people here are upset. They believe that the sun has abandoned us. The leads of Church of Palor, they stole from their own vault and they ran, or something called them away. Maybe they found
We must
something
investigate.
beneath Cauldron. Yeah, and they just never came back. Aaron, you discovered a bit more about your family as well.
Yeah, thanks to Solsora helpfully pointing it out, because Aaron was a little preoccupied with other thoughts at the moment. Leona was engaged.
Also, your parents are dead.
Oh, so my parents are dead, yes. I'm Batman. Yeah.
Well,
I thought that was where he's going, and then I realized he didn't actually get that far. But yeah,
Yep.
Leah, she told you that your parents had died.
the living
The
are
time
more
that you've been
important than the
gone.
dead. It's fine.
Yep.
I think that sums up what we talked about over our last two sessions. It was a bit more of a bigger, more involved wrap, but I think we're ready. Are you guys good?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready.
Okay.
Absolutely. "21 years is a kind of cruel magic. I mean, when you think about it, it's not the kind that really cuts you in half or turns your blood to fire. No, it's nothing like that. This type of magic is quieter. This one doesn't hurt while it's happening. It just moves on without you. And when you finally catch your breath, well, you realize the world has already healed over the shape that you used to occupy. You slept. You woke. You survived the graveyard that shouldn't have existed. You crawled back out into Cauldron with mud on your boots and death still clinging to your shoulders like a cold, damp cloak. And for the first time since it's all began, you got something almost holy.
full night's rest. And that might be the last peace that you discover in this place. Because now, the real terror begins. See, for some of you, this will be an easy transition because life for you in this place, well, it was not even really a footnote. But for others, you cut your teeth in Cauldron. Bruises fade. Wounds knit shut. The adrenaline dies. And you see, what's left is really kind of the mental, right? It's the mental math. 21 years. That's long enough for children to become adults. That's long enough for adults to become memories. It's long enough for the world to decide what it thinks happened to you. And then stop caring. Most of you didn't have family waiting at the end of the road. There was no bloodline to hold a candle in the window. There was no one to keep your name warm. Well, but for the ones who did, well, you feel the worst. Because time didn't just take years from you. It took inheritances. It took homes. It took relationships. It takes people. And it took them in a way that you just can't fight back against. Quietly. Patiently. Legally. And then finally. You see, what stings the most is not that things have changed, it's that in all the ways that matter, they haven't. See, the mountain still broods over the city like a threat that never gets tired. The air still tastes like sulfur and wet stone. The streets still funnel the desperate into the same hungry corners. The poor still pay the highest price for surviving. And your powerful still smile like they're doing you a favor by letting you breathe here. New faces, new names, new rules, but the same old machine. So you didn't just walk back into Cauldron. Each of you walked back into a life that forgot you even existed. You walk back into a city that made room for your absence. And you're left with one question hanging over you, like a noose, made of calendar pages. If the world kept turning without you, what in the hell are you supposed to do now that you're back? So now that you're back, let's find out what 21 years has done to your story. Our scene begins at early afternoon. Probably just afternoon, so far as we can recall. We see a scene. Our camera is erected over a bit of the street where you see people passing by, mercantile carts being dragged into open lobbies so that they can set up and hope to sell a few pears or fire plums. When we see Solsora standing next to Aaron. Aaron listening intently. Solsora says, "You didn't notice?" The hand, Aaron. She's to be wed. And as Aaron is frankly not surprised, Solsora peers just over the shoulder to witness the kiss firsthand. Leona, with a swift embrace by the guard captain Tercion Skellring. And as you're spun around, Aaron, you're met by the scene of them stepping back. But this level of grace and glee that decorates them that could only be matched between lovers. It's like a silent conversation shared not with words, but with connection. We hear, "Leona!" as Aaron marches off. The rest of you inside overhear Aaron bark in order the name of his beloved sister, whom was once a child, now roughly the same size and quite a bit more durable than the 8-year-old person that he was prescribed to have met. Aaron, the camera settles with you as you're marching in the direction of Tercion Skellerang and Leona. What do you do?
Well, Aaron, now dealing with another surprise stacked on everything else that was very so surprising about his return here 21 years later. And between the two very people he probably had the best relationships with outside of Tercion Skellerang himself. It's a confusing feeling because he is a little, I guess, not quite upset, but a little ticked that, like, hey, out of all the important things to mention, this wasn't one of them. And two, also happy because she did find something else outside of work. Something that, well, both of them did. Something that, even though he was still very young, Aaron never quite found.
Sure. And Aaron's young. No younger than, I suppose, anyone else, but in her situation's unique. In the matter of months to the swiftest of years, she lost her brother, her mother and father, her adoptive father, and her adoptive mother.
Mm-hmm.
So she grew up hard and she grew up fast. She didn't have a choice. So as you march, the blood in your veins pumping stringently, driving you forward like you have so much to say and not quite finding the words to do so, her head snaps to the side to see you. And you can see in that moment her lips purse. Not out of frustration, but out of expectation of what is to come. You see Tercion look your way, and then he looks back to her and shares a few words. You can't quite make it out. It's muffled by the sounds of people passing by. And she looks to him. She nods. He turns. He throws a hand up to you, as in like a wave. And then he walks on. Leona turns to face you. Waiting. Stoic like a sentry, standing, awaiting judgment from someone on high. And she just stands. What does this look like? Do you move into a barreling sprint? Do you spear her into a wall? Like what give me something here.
Probably a quick march up until he's about arm's reach of her.
Sure.
Because it's not quite like Aaron. Even though he's somewhat changed, it's not one to go and just hug someone, even.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And he is still very much processing his feelings about this.
Of course.
But after stopping and catching his thoughts, Leona, after all the important mentionings and happenings of the city over the last 21 years, you couldn't be bothered to explain to me The most important one?
Give me perception. "21. You notice that she fidgets the hand with the red string, this ribbon that dances between her middle finger and her ring finger, binding them together. It's a sort of anxiety. Before she goes, I didn't think it was pertinent to create a space for more stress. Terse and I talked, and we didn't think it was necessary to tell you right now. You have to understand, you just kind of waltzed back into our life. What? You'd expect us to tell you about everything? About every time I fell in love with someone or fell out of love with someone, or every time I had poor dates, or the first time I broke my heart, or the first person that captured my heart.
If it was important to you, then yes, Leona.
It was just the first night, Aaron. I was gonna tell you. It just didn't seem like the right time.
You seem happy.
It's one of the few things that afford me the space to breathe. Yeah. And I know it's, on the outside, I understand it might look weird. We were practically raised together. But I never really saw him as a brother. You were my brother. We had to grow up, Aaron.
Understandable. I will say I'm a little ticked that Tozian walked away. I wanted to speak to him more than you about this.
You'll trust you'll have time to talk to Terse. He just knew that being here wouldn't make this any easier. He's a stubborn man. He's a lot like his dad. Plus what? You think he's got to ask for permission from a ghost?
Permission, no. You know you'd never needed my permission to do anything.
Of course not. Not now, especially. And
yeah.
If it was a matter of fighting to win my hand, he can't really beat me in many things.
I imagine so. He was never much of a fighter.
He's come a long way, and he keeps everyone else in line. But you know me. I'm never one to settle for second best.
Well, shouldn't keep you much longer. Just...
You had all that fire in you a moment ago.
I did, but as always, duty comes first.
Sometimes you're an idiot. That much hasn't changed.
I was raised by most stubborn man this town has ever seen, so...
Well, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Yeah. Terse is right there. And he's... You know, when you get over it, when he gets over it and you two both have the appropriate words for it, because he has a lot of feelings that he's not going to talk about. He's just not going to. I mean, he's the best thing for this town. He's the best thing for this town, at least I guess until you showed back up. But we'll see if you can still fit in, if you can still cut it. Things have gotten a little tighter. Perhaps we need to run you back through the challenge and the initiation of being a town guard. Do you think you can still cut it?
Leona, if you do not give me a run for my money, I will think you are being soft on me.
Oh, you wouldn't want that. You might forever be a page. And that would be funny, brother, if you were my ward. And Tercion would love to see that. Well, he only afforded me an hour. So, it's time I work. Your friends seem to be interested in watching. I think they think I'm going to beat you up.
Do you wish to beat me up?
No, unless you need me to.
We'll see you in a few days.
Noted. Noted. Be safe. And don't wander outside of town. The next time I see you, I might be gray and old and wrinkly, and I would like to not see that. How would I tell any of my future children that their uncle was more than just an idiot? He was a wandering idiot.
Yes. Well, congratulations. Tell Terz for me, though I will definitely be telling him myself next time I see him. I don't know when that will be. Seeing he has the same habits of working a bit too late for his own good.
Old habits die hard. He learned a thing or two from just existing by his dad. You'll see a lot in him that reminds you. It's kind of uncanny at times, in the few times that he actually came home, but you'll see. Either way, be safe. And she kind of like tousles your hair. It's weird. It's weird the other way.
Yeah.
Be safe. She hits your shoulder and she turns to walk. She leaves you standing there, sort of in the crossways of a path that splits between Middle Sword Street and Lava Avenue.
And I guess I'll turn back around and head back to the party.
Camera turns for a moment. The three of you inside. Did you venture out when you heard the yell of Leona? When you saw Aaron marching off with indignance and intention?
I would have. You two
I
are
wouldn't
probably
have.
staying with the Sosora, just watching.
I'd still be minding the kids.
Okay.
Till they were done.
Aiden?
Aiden's sitting there watching. He's got a strange look on his face, just dealing with siblings, and he's also he's worried about how his own family reunion is going to happen, what's going to happen, how he's going to make it happen, since since his hometown is more than a week away by coach. Has anyone died? Who's still alive? Does he have new brothers and sisters? It's just a map of deep thoughts.
Okay. All right. So then you don't go outside. That was my question.
Oh, sorry. Aiden's like me, a little bit absent-minded at times.
I gathered.
Deep thoughts.
All right.
Yes, Aiden will go outside.
Got it. So you can still be lost in thoughts. You're just kind of watching this play out. Then we see... So Sora, Carter, and Aiden sort of gathering just outside of the Tip Tankard.
Yeah, as Carter and Aiden show up, so Sora's kind of watching Aaron with kind of a motherly gaze almost to her. She's kind of watching how he's taking all this news because she is the one that informed him of it, but she's just kind of watching.
There are a few moments that seem very tense. You can see by his posture, He has something important that he has to say, but after about 45 seconds to a minute, there's a slump in his shoulders, and there's like an audible sigh. It's like his body sort of deflates a little bit, and he lets it go. You can see that he's sort of got this like bit of a jerky motion, like he's speaking, but he is inherently not taking any like hostile approach to this. After a few more moments, you see the tousle of his hair from the woman. She turns and walks away. He glances back to see you. Is there any conversation at this time between the three of you?
Unless they ask, so Sora's not saying anything.
So, on the grounds that I feel like the conversation might be out of my view range, Carter comes out and he's like, I heard Aaron shout, where'd he go? What's happening?
So Sora just kind of points in the direction. He's fine.
You look,
A little stunned
and outside
is
of 30
all.
feet, you can't see anything.
Squints in the direction.
Let me put on
He's
my
talking.
glasses
He's
real quick.
talking to Leona. He's coming back now. He won't be long.
15 or
Is he
so.
coming back? Oh, there he is.
15 or so seconds pass by, and you return back to them. They've kind of gathered. You notice that Rowan is not there, but the others are standing there, sort of waiting on you. How would you describe? Are you like a little red in the face, a little exasperated? Are you feeling relieved?
I guess, yeah, a little exasperated because Aaron definitely had more that he wanted to say, but she wasn't wrong that it wasn't the time or place to do it. There's a lot more important things that need to be resolved first before we can enjoy the good times.
So the four of you stand there stoically and silently peering at each other.
So,
Get out of the doorway, you idiots. The matron says from inside the bar.
Can't have taken it too badly, I take it, Aaron.
Well, how could I? It's not my place to decide everything in my life.
So, did they order you to go back on duty? Do we have to worry about seeing you at the gate today?
No, but a lot of things have changed in 21 years, and they're not quite sure I have what it takes to be a guard anymore, though I'm sure that's more unjust than anything. I will need to go over whatever new rules and regulations they've introduced since I was gone, so as far as I'm concerned, well, I've never been formally stripped of my rank. I doubt I am still within the system.
why do you even need rules to be a guard? Don't you guys just uphold the laws?
Well, laws change over time, Carter.
Why?
Well, let's say you have a law where how do how do I even explain things to you? You don't have a concept of much.
I mean, it's
Well-
easy. The laws are given to you by Paylor, and then you just follow them.
Unfortunately, well, the gods do have a lot of wisdom due to their everlasting lifespans and expanded worldview, according to scripture, of course. They don't have a good idea of what the people need. What's important
That's
to God,
foolish.
it might not be so important to the people. So let's take the lake in the middle of the city here. Let's say that water became contaminated, but people were still using it anyway. We might want to put a law in place that says, hey, no more using the water in the lake. For the people's own safety and more for like, hey, so somebody can't take that water and sell it elsewhere. There are people who aren't so naive and kind-hearted like you, Carter.
Well, they just must not know better. And, like, if the water's bad and they drink it anyway, then they get sick and then they learn not to drink the water. And if they do it anyway, then, well, they have the freedom to choose to drink the bad water until it kills them.
Carter spitting facts.
If only the world was that simple.
I mean, it could be.
Well, if you can make the world that way, then I encourage you to do so.
Carter begins plans to change the world to fix it.
Is this the birth of Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, so Source said Carter was up for better things. She didn't specify what, so like maybe this is it.
Taylor, I get it now. You want me to fix the world.
That's why you met that angel. You're on the same mission. Taking out the trash.
They complicate things with their laws. I'll just have to remove them.
That's right.
Remove them, the people, or them, the laws?
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
If there's no
seems
more
good.
people, they can't break the laws that I don't think.
all the people who break the rules, we just have to put them somewhere else.
Oh, Carter, tyrant of Palor.
If everyone's in heaven, nobody can be unhappy.
Exactly.
Carter's been reading Rowan scripture, I see. Very good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't worry, everyone. I'm going to take you all to a better place.
That's right. Where you're weightless.
This is
worry.
terrifying.
Hey,
Can you
Dad.
take us higher?
No.
We ascend together.
That's right.
Now drink the drink I prepared for you.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink.
At least we have an
Water.
excuse for all the bad things that happen now. It's Carter just trying to get everyone to a better place.
That's right. Where blind men see.
As the four of you
Anyway.
are standing there having this conversation about philosophical debates, religious handlings, the moral guidelines that it means to be alive while following the laws of the city, a woman sort of passes by. She's very polite. She's crying, and she says, "Excuse me." And she opens up the door to the tavern. She walks in. She sort of looks around for a moment as the door kind of comes to a close. Inside, we see Rowan. You appear to be letting the children finish eating. They're quickly just like shoveling food into their face. They're not couth about this by any means.
It's fine, they're kids.
They're kids. They're messy. They're wearing their food to the best of their ability. It's almost like they haven't eaten in a long time, though. They're sort of gluttonous about this. You notice a woman walks in. She is wearing what looks to be some sort of like brown, like dingy tunic, but her linen beneath it, she has a nice like linen dress bottom, and then the top is also similar in design. It has like a floral pattern at the top that seems to be like self-stitched in. She looks really, really, like really pretty. I wouldn't go above board and say that she's a gorgeous person by any means, but she steps in and she strides with a certain confidence. However, you notice that she's crying. Her cheeks are swollen, her eyes are sort of welled up deeply so, and she steps to the tavern owners at the bar. And she seems to be having conversation. She grabs the hands of the matron of the bar, and she seems to be holding on to them, and she asks, and the tavern owners, the man and the woman, they seem to look at each other, and they shake their head. Her head falls. Not quite in shame, but like she's let down. There is an exasperated sigh, and as she continues to tilt her head, a few tears fall to the surface of the bar, and she leaves. As she leaves, the woman just absolutely this disheartened glare on her face. She looks to her husband. She says, "You should really go to the church and tell them he didn't just leave." Dear, that's a lover's quarrel. We shouldn't step into that. Tell them! He wouldn't have just left. I'm not so sure. Well, if you're not, I'm going to. Now, dear, calm down. Calm down. Let's not be rash. If it makes you feel better, I'll go. I'll go to the church, and we'll see how we can escalate this. Good. Good. Go. I'll handle this. It's just cleanup time. He says, okay. He manages to strip a few pieces of bread off, and it looks like he tears away a hunk of cheese, along with a pilfered few coins, and he steps outside, drawing his cloak up around his shoulders, not quite covering his head, as he steps back into the town. She grabs out a rag and wipes the bar where the loose breadcrumbs are, and then she moves over and starts also drawing away the tears that had fallen from the woman's face. She goes back to work.
I overheard all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'd tell the kids to like finish up what they're eating and bring to Dieter. Their brother's probably hungry, to send them upstairs so they can clear out.
You notice that one of the twins has like a mouthful, and you go, can we have some more? Like food just in the mouth, kind of falling from the. Can we have more?
Bring everything up and eat in the room with your brother. He'll be happy to eat with all of you.
Okay. And they like grab everything from the table. One of them even grabs what looks to be like the small wooden like cylinder or vase with water in it and the flour in it, and they grab that as well and start running up the stairs. The table's a little messy from the children, but more or less you see the normal patrons sort of leaving at this point as the typical like breakfast/lunch time is starting to come to an end.
He was supposed to bring Dieter to the fucking church too. Oh, okay. I'd approach the matron then. And
You'll have some more? Are the young ones still hungry?
They said they were, but they went upstairs to feed their brother and to eat with him. So they may still be a little hungry, but they took everything up. Thank you for looking after them. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
Regardless of what the daft one says.
They all can be that way. We just hope they grow up with half a brain.
Half is half more than I have.
She does like a, you sweet summer child. She gives you like the head tilt and everything.
Butter up. I couldn't help overhearing that lady crying. Is there something going on?
Amelie.
Amelie?
She's a barmaid, or I should say she might no longer be a barmaid here if things don't get any easier for her. That's why I'm working. I'm not supposed to be working. I didn't sign up to work all this. I was supposed to help teach someone how to cook and then tend to my daft husband, and that's it. But when the help goes missing and they're married or to be wed, it becomes a problem, and the problem's not my own, and I feel for her. I feel for her.
I heard the church, did he work at the church? Was he part of the church?
No, he didn't work for the church. He worked for us.
Oh, he worked for you?
He worked for us. And she did too. That's why she came back in. She asked if he could come back in. It's been 60 days since he's been gone. He's been settled here for years. Loved this place. He loved the tavern. Big fan of our regulars. His name's Griffin.
Griffin?
Yes, Griffin Malek. He was a good sort. He worked for us for a long time, a few years now. And he was wed to be with Amelie. That's her there, Amelie Durante. And he disappeared 3 days before their wedding. And everyone suspected it was another woman, or that he got cold feet. But she's a pretty lass. They have beautiful babies. Big, ugly-looking babies that will grow up into swell adults. But he's not the kind to get cold feet. He'd work his soul away even when he was sick. And he was devoted to her. She was a good lady. She still is. She's just hurting. And I can't make her work when she's hurting like that. So she comes in every day and she asks if Griffin's come back. It's been 60 days. 60 days of tears I've been wiping up from this very bar. It breaks my heart. Everyone thinks he just ran off. I keep telling my daft husband to go to the church and ask for some aid, because he's not just missing, he didn't wander away. He didn't get lost. I think someone took him. I think they took him.
Priests are missing, he's missing, children are missing. Something's going on here.
It's not just a few. There's many. And
Adults too.
yes, more than a few. We've lost a few patrons. Now the kids are going missing and people are suddenly upset. Whole town's daft, if you ask me. Not prepared to look into anything until something that goes missing in their lives is gone.
Well, we're going to be paying to...
What is that Lord Mayor up to anyway? He's sitting up there in his eye castle, and he's not paying attention to us down here. His people are going missing. We pay taxes, even if it is raising so much percents and values that I can't comprehend. Not like his place has gotten any better.
Well, we were planning to visit the church and the orphanage anyway, so we can check in with them also about Griffin.
Well, my husband's now on his way. I've asked him to do it several times, and... well, I was going to do it this time. But he doesn't want me to worry too much about it. Well, I can't sleep at night because of it. I'm constantly worrying.
Well, at least he's not so daft to let you go run off to the church. He did it on his own.
That's because he'd be sleeping in a colder spot than my bed.
Well, that puts him up a little bit above daft, doesn't it? If he was daft, he wouldn't even think of that.
Still daft.
So Amelie and Griffin, right? Those were their names.
Yes. 3 days, and I'd have started a life over. Brings bad tidings. And I fear, if that's the direction that Cauldron's going, it's not going to fare well for us. We haven't even hit the cold months. Or the rainy ones. Bad omens, if you ask me.
Something has to change. Can't be a mayor if you have no citizens.
Other people are aplenty. Missing people? Seems to be fine. There's so many of us these days. Business isn't bad, but you're right. If there's no people, there's no business.
Me and my compatriots here will take a look into it. We'll see if we can get any information for you. Hopefully your daft husband brings back the healer as well.
I hope he does. That's
He
2
ran off.
reasons now.
Yep.
We sleeping in the kitchen next to a candle. Not in my bed.
And I'll leave it like that, and then I'll turn around and walk.
She reaches back to the table and she goes, ah! And she puts up a fresh loaf of bread. For the wee ones, if they get still hungry.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Of course. You can tell by the way that she composes herself and speaks. She speaks with care, but she's kind of a hard woman. She doesn't really take a lot of fuss from anybody.
Those are usually the people that care the most. And I'll rejoin the others outside.
Sure. Our camera turns. After a few moments, the door will open back up and the woman walks on. She's wiping her eyes, sort of like running it into the cloak itself, minding her own business, weaving in and out of the people.
She seems sad. Should we help her too? I feel like we should help her. No one's stopping me. I'm
Suppose
going.
it can't hurt to ask.
Okay, Carter walks on. Because there is a delay in action, Carter
If
immediately
Carter
walks on.
walks on, Sosora's following, because again, Sosora is going to keep on this proponent of making sure Carter doesn't do something egregious. So he leaves, Sosora's right behind him.
Just so I have this correct, actually, though, isn't Farm back at the original inn by the west gate?
No.
No. Okay.
No, he's
No,
the tip
farm is
taker.
inside.
He's just
Is inside the tip tankard.
We're all at the tip taker.
Oh,
Okay.
Correct.
So then, oh,
Getting food to the brother is not going to be hard, especially since that woman there said that she would help take him to the church.
but that's because my interaction with the kids eating, they would be at the original inn. If we're at the Tim Tackard, I wouldn't be with the kids. So I messed up. Sorry about
That's
that.
all right. That's okay. That's okay. Like it's still going to be very similar interactions. People still, believe it or not, don't want to see little kids go hungry. So they'll make sure to procure enough food for those particular moments. But that's a-okay. The conversation with the matron of the Tip Tankard was fine. It was fast. Probably lasted maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But that's still enough time for those to venture away. Carter, you said you wanted to step to the woman. Do you? How do you approach her? Do you run up beside her? Do you say, "Excuse me, miss"? Do you grab her wrist? Like what does that look like?
He's like just walking behind her, and it's like, "Excuse me, ma'am. You're crying a lot, and do you need help? Are you looking for something? Someone? I know people are looking for people here."
She turns and she is trying to compose herself. She quickly sort of wipes away at her face several times before looking to you. I am, yes. I am. I'm looking for someone.
Are you also looking for the missing orphans, or is it someone else?
No, I'm looking for my husband. And she starts to immediately, like, as it comes to the surface again, it's like the levee breaks, my friend. And as the levee breaks, she just can't stop herself.
Oh no. It's okay. Give me a description. Me and my friends were trying to find missing people here. And he'll like reach out, like try to like place like a hand on her shoulder, and he's just like trying to like be there, but also like get information. As he's like in his mind, he's just like, I'm gonna make a list of all the missing people. And
Sure, of course.
try and help.
Give me, if you would, please. Do you want to maybe, I don't know, use like a diplomacy or because it sounds like you don't necessarily want to soothe her as much as you would like to try to appeal and like calm briefly.
Yeah, I can roll some diplomacy.
Let's see what it gets. Again, you guys have no luck rerolls tonight, and that's a-okay.
God, please.
Carter with a diplomacy of 22. Wow. Wowzers.
My diplomacy real good.
It is really, really good. The way
Carter
that you
needs a source help here.
the way that you deliver this is sort of surprising and like it catches her a little off guard. Like the way that you speak isn't the same way that I think that a normal person's candor is represented. It feels almost melodic in tone, like you hang on certain syllables longer than is necessary, and you tap other syllables very swiftly. It feels almost musical in nature, and it catches her by surprise, and she's kind of fascinated with it. For a moment, you see like this glimmer in the eye of confusion, but also like intrigue. And she says, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to find him. And everyone thinks that he ran off.
But you don't think he ran off?
No, I don't think that.
You guys were going to be married, so you would know better than everyone else.
I would. I just miss him. I miss him.
Well, every journey requires that you keep walking forward. And we just have to keep going. The sun rose like it does every day, and I'll help look for him.
She looks to you with like earnest need. You know, there was it's like In your scenario, it's sort of like the lame leading the blind. And you're the blind one. There is hope in her eyes as you see tears stream down the length of her face as they cascade over the cheekbones, down the length of the jaw, and into her dress. And she sort of crumbles. It's just this heap. Her legs sort of like fall out beneath her. She falls to this almost like side sitting, like her legs beside her. And she just covers up her face with her, like, not quite a tabard, but it's more like a cloak of sorts. And she just starts wiping her face.
I'll try and help her get, like, so that way she doesn't, like, collapse, like, out in, like, the middle of the street, like, to the side, like, see if I can find, like, even if it's just, like, we can sit on, like, the curb, like, just try and, like, sit her down somewhere.
To, like, help lead her and make sure that she doesn't collapse.
Sure. Nearest where you are, there's not really a curb. They didn't have anything like that. There's not. It's not like the 1920s. So your best, like, lean-to area is probably something akin to, like, a trough. And you kind of, like, help guide her up to a position where she sort of leans into a trough. And she's breathing heavily. And she's, I just miss him so much. And she's trying to keep it back, but it's not really stopping. What is Aiden and Aaron doing? Were you guys just, like, thumb warring in the back the whole time?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only way Aiden could win, you know, this unfair advantage.
Sure, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't also know where Rowan is in all of this, if he's left Temptaker at this point.
This is probably
Before
happening while
Carter,
I'm talking to
I was going to say, I'm
Amisha.
like, I think it's probably same time.
Yeah.
Aaron probably is just kind of hovering around listening. Because now he knows that, hey, this orphan is missing. This married man who had pretty much about as good of a life as you can get in Cauldron is missing. And
There are 3 priests missing.
well, that happened how many years ago? This year? Last year?
That was not in recent times. That was not a recent thing.
times.
That's been,
I
it's
didn't
been
think
years.
so. Yeah. So it's been a little while.
Okay, Rowan, you exit to the establishment, and Aiden and Aaron are there in extreme pontification, almost as if they're NPCs in deep thought.
I will burst through the middle of them and walk towards Carter until Sora.
You push right through. It shoves them out of deep thought. They're back in person again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wake
God.
Wake up!
Bye.
I'll head towards Carter and Sora because I see them with the lady that just exited the tavern.
By the way, I'm Carter. What's your name?
She tells you that her name is Amelie. It's like Emily, but with an A at the beginning.
Well,
yeah.
all right.
Amelie Durante.
Durante.
Yep. And she's looking for her husband-to-be, a one Griffin Malek. M-A-L-E-K. Griffin Malek.
Well, this is Sosora. And I imagine as, because he's approaching us, gets into my field of view. And that's Rowan.
The matron told me about you and your husband-to-be. She sent her husband over to the church to implore them on your behalf. We were also going to head there so we can also intervene. Is there anything? Mm-hmm.
She's nodding along to this. She doesn't exactly like agree that she's going to go like with. She's just sort of nodding along. You can imagine that in her position, she's appealed to the church several times. But when someone in her position finds that she's asking for aid, I mean, particularly Aiden, you're well aware of how some of the churches handle things.
You know, if we don't follow along behind them, Aaron, you know, they're just going to be a font of chaos for the entire city, right?
That's very likely. Unfortunately, none of us have strong identification at the moment.
Well, I mean, it is old armor, but you still actually are a member of the guard. Maybe they will listen to you.
It's possible. Though I would have to go back and grab it. And I'm not sure my sister and brother-in-law would be too happy with me overreaching my authority. Though technically I was never formally given notice of my being relieved of duties, so.
Well, if you don't have your ID, why not come with? You'll get an opportunity to smack around a belligerent bureaucratic priest. How does that sound? You at least don't have to worry about writing yourself a ticket.
I have a feeling they were less belligerent and more just following the law, but I'm more than happy to tag along.
But you know, think back 20 years ago. Paler was just they were just kind of the do-gooders. It was the Cuthberts that were always the law, all is the law. What the hell happened?
A bunch of priests went missing. I thought you were in that conversation.
You were at the table, weren't you?
Well, see, here's the thing. Yeah, that may be the case, but why would that change their adherence to city doctrine as opposed to what their church doctrine would demand of them? Does somebody in the city have an undue influence with these churches? I'm just speculating here, but either way, it seems like we're going to be herding all these ducklings towards the nearest church.
Well, we need to go one way or the other, so.
Also, your brother-in-law, future brother-in-law, I'd owe you a favor if you could help me have him get the guards on my side so I can get my credentials straightened out with the university as well. So I'm also not an illegal immigrant.
Well, it's going to have to take a lot of resources. I'm going to need a circle of truth because honestly, our story is quite unbelievable. And it's going to probably need him present, Leona present, someone else of high authority present. I would imagine so a magician that can cast the actual spell would have to be present. Both the guard and the vice captain. This is just above table. I would think a judge of some kind or someone high up in the structure.
I think above table he said it was somebody from the church would have to come to cast his own truth or whatever.
That makes sense. It's going to take a while to gather all those resources, but I'm more than happy to assist you with getting your credentials in order. As for how the college will react, unfortunately, that is entirely up to them.
Well, I figure if I actually have a city document that they will be more inclined to honor their old agreement. I mean, I could go and argue it in the face right now, and they'll say, we'll be happy to accept you if you pay us more money. But, you know, unfortunately, the tuition's already been paid and they just haven't provided services. That's my outrage. Not to mention, my family's more than a week away by carriage. Heck, I still gotta get in touch with them. Any idea? There's too much going on. Do you think they were talking about establishing a post system as opposed to just, pay and pray? You think they managed to get that done?
Your guess is as good as mine, though with how updated everything is around here, I'd say it's a good chance that we have a proper postal system. I mean, I would think Cauldron would have a proper postal system, not like within city, but at least carriers between cities. I don't know, Bub. That's your call.
Is it?
I mean, you're the storyteller. Did Cauldron have a proper postal system when I was 21 years ago?
Give me, let's go with a memory test. Flick your wisdom. Let's see what you get.
Oh, that's not
No,
very
you
good.
don't really think so. Like, it was very old school. They didn't have above board. They didn't have anything like Eberron. There was no House Civis messaging system, right? You didn't have access to things like that. And frankly, very early on, this is still a sort of like low level, a low powered campaign. So you're not going to have access to a lot of those sort of things. You've never heard of anything like that. When mail was to be delivered, if you had messages sent, you'd have to hire specifically a courier, and there was no guarantee that they were going to make it. Brigands were a thing. Highwaymen were a thing. So you had to hope and pray and pay for someone that was either fast, intuitive, magic. Magic was a big thing. Delivering messages via magic was pretty much the way to do this. But you
get someone with a message spell.
Exactly. You're not super familiar with anything that looks like a professional service by any means.
No. So probably have to ask around and find someone in the city who does that particular profession. And I doubt they would go much further than just the neighboring cities.
Well, I'm sure that there's, if we have the regular coach line, if it's going towards that, I guess I can try and pay to get it that far. But it's
Yeah, honestly, a merchant is probably your best bet. They're heading out that way. Unless you want to pay all of your net worth to someone with magic.
Or I can get reinstated with the university and use their facility. Hint, hint, hint. You sure you don't have any polar sway with your future in-law?
If he is a hard ass as the last one was, no.
Maybe if you volunteer to be his squire.
I think many people in this city would volunteer to be a squire. That's not quite a position that's he needs to seek someone out for.
Guards these days, not. You know what? I'm not gonna say it because it'll just piss you off. Let's catch up to the others.
They're 9 feet away.
They're 9 feet away. Like
They walk 4 steps. Let's catch up. Hey guys.
yeah.
I literally burst right through you.
Well, considering he grew up in a big family and he knows how kids have a tendency to disappear as soon as you take your eyes off them, and we've got Carter, you never know.
No, they've just been like turning around. They've been counseling this woman behind you for the last 5 minutes. But yeah, anyway, what's going on with the rest of them? Aaron was kind of listening in.
You lean in and begin to catch up, and you can overhear them saying that they wish to speak to someone at the church. They'll put in a note about this missing individual by the name of Griffin Malek. She introduced herself as Amelie Durante, and that her husband or her husband-to-be did not just go missing. He didn't just leave. She went on to explain that they were happy, and they had so many plans, and they were going to start a life together. And it was something you might expect to hear in like a love story. But the one thing that they had in common is that they both worked here at the Tip Tankard. In this space, in this place.
I'll probably ask her if there was anything like he was trying to do to secure, like, was he trying to buy a house? Was he trying to set up something? Is there anybody he was interacting with that he didn't normally interact with?
No, it was a shared flat. there wasn't even his own private space. I still stay with my mother and father, and he wanted to. We were going to. Even if it meant that we had to build in Low Sword or somewhere off of Ash Avenue, something to just get a start. Didn't care, we just wanted to start. We just wanted to start.
And nothing different went on in the days before he disappeared?
No.
He didn't tell you anything?
No, he seemed nervous and excited, just like I was. Do you think I'll get to see him again?
We're gonna do our best. Gonna look at Aaron when I say that. Any questions from the guard?
Unless there's anything that comes up in the future, that sounds about all we have to go off of right now. But we'll do our best to keep an eye out and investigate where he might have gone.
Hello? My mic died there for a second. It was strange. She looks to you and she nods. I feel like I've heard that before. It feels very hollow. I'm sorry.
It's understandable. It's unfortunately the only answer someone with responsibility can give, as false hope is often more crushing than a realistic answer. We will do our best to look for your husband.
Thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. She exhales in a means that sort of like sends to everyone. It's the sound of defeat as it rises from her chest, and she pushes from the trough that she's been sat against. And she says that I'll be back in to the tankard tomorrow, probably about this time. Good luck.
If we find out anything, we'll let the matron know.
Thank you. And she sniffles a few times, trying to draw breath through her nose, and then she walks on. She steadily starts moving in a direction. You can tell she's got a place in mind. She's not just meandering or ambling around.
Once she is out of earshot, Aiden will turn to the others and say, "You think this is connected to the disappearance at the orphanage as well?"
Might be. The
Hard to
matron
say.
said a lot of people are missing, not just kids.
Might be related to the priest that up and left. We can't know for sure who's
That
related
was-
to what.
That'd be surprising. It was very many years ago. We'd have to
Well-
look at the statistics all the way from back then to this day to see if it's a steady stream of missing person cases.
Well, the question is are all of these missing people of some sort of position or location, or is it do they all appear just to be targets of opportunity? I mean, I hate to say it, but abducting someone off of out of an alleyway that they're sleeping in is a lot easier than abducting, someone, walking in the middle of the street carrying a package.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of seems like the people who go missing are the people that no one would look hard for. Everyone thinks he ran away. The orphans, no one cares but the other orphans.
But see, that's just the thing. Why are people that would actually be missed being taken when you have, like I said, many people living in the alleyways? I mean, so Sora, you said you've spent the night in a door frame before. if one of the people that were near you or that you maybe shared an alleyway with had gone missing, do you think anyone would question it or investigate it? But would it go unnoticed, unlike these other people?
Well, victims aren't the only ones that disappear. Witnesses disappear too. And the matron made it sound like this was a hardworking, honest man. So if he saw something going on and he tried to help somebody, he might have got wrapped up in whatever is going on as well.
Well, okay.
All we can do is look around the city and do some footwork.
Do we want to
ask
go
around.
to the orphanage first? Do you want to go to
Not
the church first?
I mean, to be honest with you, unless none of us have current papers, so
You're a guard still.
I'm a guard still, yes, but anyone with a keen eye would see that even with my armor on, which is back at the house, it's quite outdated.
I think if somebody was in need, they wouldn't care if your armor's outdated. They're going to see a guard uniform and look to you for help.
Not to mention, unlike dealing with the church, I don't think that the people at the orphanage are going to care whether we have papers or not if we're willing to help kids.
What's wrong with the church?
There's nothing wrong with the church. It's the laws they have to follow right now.
The only laws they're supposed to follow are the laws given to them by their god. They're doing this wrong. We should go to the church right now.
Right, we have
See,
one
hey,
one
if
vote for the
Carter
church,
gets it,
one
why
vote
can't the
for-
rest of you get it?
One vote for the church, one vote for the orphanage. Anybody else have any opinions?
I would say the orphanage is probably the easier place to start, if children generally have a better eye than adults do.
I think we will have more luck helping the orphanage than we will attempting to go to this church.
Is it all right with you, Carter, if we go to the orphanage first? We'll go to the church after.
Every journey is many steps. Church won't go anywhere. Fix it later.
And that's when he shows up to the church and is just missing.
His mace glows and he hits it and the whole thing falls down to the ground. We start from scratch. And so we'll head to the church.
Aiden.
We're going to the orphanage. I don't know. We're not going to the church
I
yet.
mean orphanage. I apologize.
I would like from you a perception, please. You guys are killing it tonight on the perceptions. Nice going. Walking through the center of the street, minding their own business, you see a figure with their head held high, their back quite stern and tight, but there's something about them that seems incredibly familiar. You get a good look at their face, and you can't quite notice anything about them that stands out as a familiar face, but then you realize it's the attire. Their appearance is their clothes. It's everything about this, and you know from seeing them. It's the immaculate blue, sea blue coat with silver piping. You see the waxed mustache, the sharply groomed brows, the ink-stained fingertips, as they're carrying a sizable tome, that of which looks like a small child's table in their hands. Gloves piped over the left wrist, tucked under the books to provide a bit of cushion. And you notice the signet ring that they flash when they're trying to push back their hair over their ears. It is the signet and sigil of the Blue Water Academy, and this is someone that works for said academy. Give me a memory test. That's not great. You have no idea their position at Blue Water. You might have an idea.
I was checking his wisdom to see if it was worth giving him a reroll, so I'm glad Jackson did it instead.
Okay, not bad. With that luck roll courtesy of Jackson DK, you rolled that 4 into a 19. So what this looks like is you're like, wait a minute. That's, I don't, oh, wait. That's a provost. That's someone who works directly for Blue Water Academy. A rare opportunity, finding someone from the academy in the streets.
Do I recognize the person or just the uniform?
Just the uniform.
Guys, give me a second. I see something that may help, at least me. Hold on. And he'll trot over. Excuse me, Provost. Can I have a moment of your time?
I don't have a moment to spare, but you can walk with me. You have moments that you can speak. I have tasks that I must tend to. Your name? He never quite looks at you. His eyes stay up. Chin still pointed much too high.
My name's Aiden Echidna. I am or was class of, and I give a date 20 years ago.
Senior. Someone who has resolved their position at Blue Water. Congratulations, you still stand. Seems that you've not been taken by your studies.
That's the thing. I need to be reassociated with the Academy due to circumstances beyond my control and a travel through a pocket dimension. I am 20 years out of time.
20 years, you say? Pocket dimension, and you wish to return?
Yes, I do. I have affairs. I have assets with the university that need to be resolved. I'm hoping.
Say your name again.
Hoping Aiden Echidna.
As you say that, you see this singular stretch of like fairy fire ripple through the air, spelling your name in this deliberate and fine writing. And the book opens in his arms and starts immediately funneling, flipping through a series of pages. And it stops. And he peers down while he continues to walk, people veering to the left and right of him. They're splitting like the ocean around Moses and Staff. Aiden Echidna, yes. It says here that you have... Oh. Well, your record is fascinating. He looks to you for a moment, sizes you up and down, very judgmental by the look of it. Like a shipwreck. We can study this, certainly, but we don't let it back into the harbor. 21 years. Interesting. How romantic. Unfortunately, time is not an acceptable form of payment. And you wish to return. He fingers at the glasses abroad his long nose. My dear, people return to inns. Students are readmitted.
And by effects that were in my dorm at the time?
I'm sure they were claimed or tossed based upon the quality. Anything to reassess the value of that debt in which you occurred within our halls?
My scholarship was paid.
He looks again. Not according to this. And I'm afraid your debts have matured, much like I have, unlike... And he again sizes you up and down some. Oh, if it makes you feel better, many promising students flame out. You simply did this with enthusiasm 21 years ago.
I see. And your name, sir?
I am Provost Cauldron Vane.
Do I recognize the name at all?
You do not.
Alumnus of the Academy?
Very much so, yes.
Here?
Am I under some form of interrogation? Do you think I wear the signet ring because it makes me look greater than my status?
I am trying to ascertain your time in the Academy, your place, whether I may have collaborating assets that may help in my matter.
Collaborating assets. What exactly do you have that you believe is a collaborating asset? Is something material?
Yes. The effects from my family, the note of paid tuition, the and fellow students who you may also be acquainted with.
Right. Well, this is all the time I have for the moment. If you'd like to find me at the readmittance office, I am the registrar and provost. Again, that is Cauldron Vane. I will be at Blue Water for the rest of the day.
Have your name, it will be remembered.
Very good. And he snaps and disappears.
Just because I'm going to quickly whisper a detect magic under my breath to see if it was just a vanish or a teleport. Wild magic!
It's no wild magic. I know you're wishing for it, but that's not the case.
Roll a D1000.
You immediately cast this, and you see that he has, in fact, disappeared. Not just gone invisible, but is legitimately gone.
Huh. Legitimate talent. Guess I'll have to look him up as well.
I hope he has that mustache from that chart you had with that V mustache that's like pointing like this.
He certainly does now.
That would be amazing. I forget the name of that mustache.
And Aiden comes kind of walking back to the others and kind of grumbling, and it's like, God, they were arrogant before. It seems they're even worse now. What kind of people is this city breeding?
You really do not mix well with bureaucracy, do you?
Join the club.
Well, I seem to be getting along fine with you, and you are a city bureaucrat.
Somewhere inside of Blue Water right now, Cauldron is like, yes, cancel my appointments. I need to take a bath. I convened with one of the pores again.
Yes.
Peasant talk to me. Must be cleansed.
He was mad and poor. It was double worse.
Could you
Bring me my special
believe that he
wax.
thought that we owed him something? His debt is growing by the moment. Bring me my special soap.
Bet he uses separate shampoo and conditioner.
For each biome of hair, actually.
Yeah.
Then where will you go from this point?
Jim.
We're headed to the orphanage, I think, is what we decided upon as a collective.
The orphans.
It's
Majority vote, yes. Orphanage.
To the orphanage. Got it.
promises of church time later.
I love it. The saddest place in all of Cauldron you guys venture to on your first day back. It's my favorite.
Yeah, we're already sad enough. We'll fit perfectly.
You know, I don't remember my parents. I'm a bit of an orphan myself. I'll fit right in.
And I'm Batman.
And Aiden's starting to agree with Carter. Yeah, let's just tear it all down and rebuild it from scratch.
I was gonna say most of us are actually either technically or by extension orphan-esque at this point. I said most of us. You're not included.
I don't know what I am yet because, they're a week away.
Aaron's an orphan twice over.
Yep.
Double orphan. Equal status amongst them.
Batman, folks. That's why he's Batman.
No, unfortunately, I can't be Batman because I'm not rich anymore.
That's true.
You never had a butler either.
Just be Spider-Man. It's fine.
He's not smart enough.
No, all my money went to Leona.
And Spider-Man wouldn't fall down wells like he does.
I was gonna say he'd be Spider-Man and then get funded by Iron Man, aka Iron Man Leona.
I'm actually Batman from the new comics.
Alright. Or to the orphanage before we continue talking about Aaron Yeager Batman.
To the bat cart.
Oh my god.
God.
We're gonna adopt an orphan and name him Robin.
No.
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 We already
No.
have robins. They're waiting for us back at the other end.
This is especially poor child. His name's Pigeon, actually.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. All right.
Pigeon, come on.
It's going to take you guys about half an hour to travel specifically to the orphanage. It's on the opposite side of the city. It's in a location that is sort of tucked away. If you can see where Lantern Street is, it is opposite of Low Sword, where you guys are just about. You're between Middle Sword and Low Sword off of Lava Avenue. And it's on the very opposite side of Cauldron on Lantern Street. Yeah, that's not where. Whoever just blew that fire there, just because.
I was trying to hit the thing and I hit the fire instead.
There you go. It's
Thank
right there.
Yeah, Lantern Street got you.
Lantern Street, yeah.
Thanks, Bob. You're here.
Of course. Of course. And you will be surprised to find that the Lantern Street Orphanage is almost in complete disrepair.
Whoa.
The fence has been distraught, sore and worn down. Many of its planks are missing. That is a defense and divider against whatever elements may be. The door is mostly destructed. There isn't really much going on at this point. You're not sure if they were under some sort of siege or something else may have happened. You no longer hear the sounds of children running where they probably should. For everything that we know and see from films of orphanages being this hilariously sad place, where children are, children will be, and they play. But this place doesn't seem to have many, and you're not certain why. All that being said, you're not accosted. No one stops and asks you why you're here. But you found it. How will you approach? Do you charge inside? Do you destroy what's left of the barely hanging door?
I will look around to see if there's any orphans peeking out behind windows or from around the corner, or because as strangers are approaching, and generally kids are curious about that kind of thing.
Sure. Give me a perception.
Can I also look around?
You can try.
Let's go.
Looking.
I almost clicked perform. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Chat. We're saying we were doing well with rolls. I hadn't started rolling yet, chat.
That's true. That's true. Nobody really sees anything. There's nobody peeking through eaves or windows. No one's hiding behind a tree tucked away in a treehouse. Nothing of the sort. The buildings here are nestled very tightly together. They don't really have exactly a lot of room to run around. But you can see down the length of the street there are kids playing there, and on the opposite end, before it rounds into Lower Wand, no, there are children playing there, but not here. Not here in this place where they are probably pretty devoid of the kind of care. Very clearly, they're devoid of the sort of resources that they might need to protect them, though they do have a roof. They have some walls. The yard is not littered with a variety of toys. There's no big wheels and basketball goals. You don't see cornhusk dolls. No crogs. Nothing like that.
Krog denial, evil DM.
I need more frog. I'm gonna just walk up and knock on the door, even though it looks like it might fall off.
Got it. You approach the building. You pass by the fence. You notice that he's not exactly shy about this. Shy is not something that I would use to determine or describe Carter. As you approach, you knock on the door, and you are not met by anyone. The door sort of swings with some surprise. A figure rounds the corner. It's a shorter man, probably about 3.5 to 4 feet tall. Very broad-chested, broad build. It's similar in build to Solsora. His beard is not long and tawdry. It's kempt. It's shaved deliberately upright. It looks like it's been trimmed, not by like a barber, but what you might expect out of someone with just a pair of shears straight across. His hands and his top are very dirty, along with his knees as well. He meets you. He says, "Hello? Something I can help you with?"
Hi, we had one of the kids who lives here come through asking about Rem, and we offered to help look around, and we just wanted to come see if we could get some information before we started trying to help. Do you need other help? Your door, it just swung open. I only knocked. I didn't mean to.
If you're asking if we need help at the orphanage, yeah, I would say yes, that's probably fair. We need some help here. But we're not exactly beggars. We do what we can.
Well, you didn't have to beg for me to offer help.
Well, unless you're made of money, or you happen to be a carpenter. You wouldn't be either of those, would you? Some sort of do-gooding noble with significant coffers.
They just took my nobility papers, so sadly that was taken away.
He's not sure what to make of that.
If you need any healing, I can do that for you.
No, I don't think we're in a need for that right now. None of us are sick.
That's good.
Are you seeking the missus?
If she's who I need to talk to get started on trying to help find Rem, sure.
Well, she's not here right now. She'll be gone for a small bit.
Okay, I'm Carter, by the way. You are?
Jeremiah. He looks like sort of walks up to offer you a hand, and you notice that despite like his sort of squat build, his hands just sort of swallow yours. These are the hands of someone that has sort of labored tirelessly in fields, in gardens, whatever the case may be. It's someone who's worked very intensely with his hands, and very much so. His nails are grossly dirty from digging through soil. He puts the shears down to his side and sort of like deftly squeezes onto yours. And it's not like he's trying to hurt you, but the natural squeeze of him is enough that when he shakes, he sort of like shakes your core. He smiles under his tawdry mustache, and you notice that it's this like bright coppery red. And it says, Jaromir Copperbeard. I'm the gardener.
Copperbeard.
I keep things tidy outside as much as I can, but things are a bit in a state of disrepair. We try to make the most of it. I'm not exactly a metalsmith or a blacksmith, so we have to work with what we've got. And the shears, and kind of like, ding, ding. I've seen better days.
Well, I mean, gardening's a good profession. Work with plants. I like plants. Well, will the mother be gone? Like, do you think we should come back later? Do you mind if we wait?
Well, she said that she needed to see to a few things. She's gone she said it would be for a while. I'm guessing till dark at least. She said that she headed to the market, and then that one of the kids hurt themselves, got a bad scrape, real nasty. Another one wanted to stop by and get something fixed on one of their shoes. And that's going to cost a lot of what we have left. Cobblers these days, kind of expensive.
I mean, did she take she took the kid to go with the scrape to the markets to get bandages?
Well, no, they needed food. We need to buy food.
Right. Yeah, food.
Yes, food.
I don't need food. I mean, the person with the scrape, I could help. If you don't want magical healing, I have my healer's kit as well.
Are these friends of yours here? Are you all equally as strange?
Maybe?
He's the strangest of us all.
Sorry, just taking a look around the place. I thought,
yes, admiring our
was
humble
handling
abode
it
here.
fine. It's
It's really something, isn't it?
You could say that. My name is Aaron.
Aaron, and he slaps his hand up forward to yours, and again it swallows several times over.
Strong handshake, as you do.
Do you say that? Ah, yeah, strong handshake, as you do.
No.
I roll strength against his handshake.
So Carter here wasn't far off. We're really investigating the amount of disappearances. Is there anyone else other than Rem that's disappeared from the orphanage in recent times?
Aye, there has been, yes. It's been hard lately. Many of the kids have disappeared.
No clues as to why? Hunger?
Why? What would you have with taking kids? Poor kids at that. You think we're made of wealth? Look at us. We have one window in the whole building and it was smashed through.
But you don't think the kids are leaving on their own volition?
No. They've got no one. They got us. We look out for them. Myself and Gretchen and Tamar and, Patch. Even Neva, when she's about.
Sure. Other than Rem, who has disappeared recently?
There's 4 others, actually. It's 5. We're missing Deacon, Evelyn, Lucinda, and Taram.
Sorry, just a buzzword. Can you say that again? Deacon. So total is Deacon, Rem,
Evelyn,
Evelyn,
Lucinda,
Lucinda,
and Taram. Terrem.
Taram.
How recent has this been? How long ago did these disappearances start?
Well, it's only been a few days, honest. Deacon was 3 nights ago? I think 3 nights ago. And Evelyn went missing then as well. Rem was the first at 5. And I think were they all taken? No, Rem was the first at 5, and then the rest left him free. So 3 nights ago and 5 for Rem. Honest, I thought all the others had gone on to play. But, well, you can't miss Deacon. He's a big stout boy. He's a dwarf like me. And Evelyn, she's got a mouth that runs so fast, as fast as her legs do. And yeah, it's real hard to miss her. But Lucinda's quite quiet, and Taram, very much the same.
Did they just fail to come back at night, or did they just go missing?
That's the thing. I went missing in the night.
From here? Like someone took them from this place?
From here. And it's not like all the others, right? All the others in the town have gone missing. There's a bunch of them. No, probably 15, 20 of them. All the others, and then when they were taken, they had things. They had valuables and money. Gems. Family heirlooms. These boys and girls have nothing.
Was the window broken when they disappeared? Or was it broken at before?
It's been broken since before most of them came here. Kids play hard. You understand. Sometimes they do things they're not supposed to. Don't throw things in a house, they say. Well, what do kids do? They throw things in a house.
Yep. I was never too good at listening either when I was a child.
None of us were. I caught the back of my mum's hand so many times. A permanent print. Not only on my face, but on my ass.
Well, we'll do our best to keep an eye out for them.
one of us wait around here in case whoever's taking them comes back?
Oh.
I think it's better if we all stay together, especially you. Stay with us.
You're not allowed to stay anywhere by yourself. You gotta stay with one of us at least. Preferably more than one of us.
Oh, what's wrong with him? Is he soft on the inside?
He's just super curious and wanders
Bit
off.
naive.
Oh, well,
Like a child, almost.
I'd fit right in here.
I don't think I'm soft as he's like patting like his body.
I
Or...
was feeling like, I don't think so.
He kind of like points up and taps your head. Like spoiled fruit, fum go through.
What?
Smooth as a baby's butt.
What is?
Never mind. I'm going to shake his hand. Thank you for the info. And I'm going to give him a donation to the orphanage. I'm going to give him 10 gold.
He looks down at the coins, quite surprised. Quite surprised. What is this for?
Donation for the orphanage.
For
Some things look like they really need to be fixed.
I mean, if you come
So
back
whatever.
tonight, Miss Gretchen's going to tell you that she's not going to take this. She'd rather your sweat than your money.
Well, she can have both. We'll come back and give some sweat, and she could have the money.
All right, I didn't catch your names, all of you.
Rowan.
Rowan,
So
And-
Sora.
Soul Sora. You said your name's Carter,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well, he's Aaron and I'm Aiden.
got it.
Quick question. Probably going to sound a little strange, but you said they disappeared in the night. Other than this door right here, what kind of entrances to the building, to their sleeping area are there? Are there any?
Well, there's a
Other
back door, but you'd have to go by Patch. And Patch sleeps in it. It's like a small offside study that Gretchen's converted into a room for Patch. And he's a light sleeper. Found out many a times. Can't pass through, not without someone alerting him. And Patch, well, he ain't exactly a small one like myself. He's a tall one. Taller than any of you. Some of you would want to meet in a dark alley.
This is going to sound strange, but due to something that happened in a recent history, do you have a root cellar?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
No. It's... Sorry, forgive me for this, but, we're poor. We're barely scraping by on the taxes since the tax spike. You know, they're making the children pay the full worth as well. Do you think that's fair? I don't think that's very fair.
Not fair at all.
That is not fair, but do they at least award the children citizenship then, since they're paying their taxes?
Oh, yeah, they're children that were born here, most of them anyway.
Well, because I was just thinking, this building, was it always an orphanage? Was it built to be an orphanage?
I don't know. It's been an orphanage since I've been here. As Gretchen said, it's been an orphanage for the last 30 or 40 years. But I presume 30 or 40 years ago, it was probably quite a bit better.
All right, I guess maybe I'm paranoid of root cellars right now. I had someone
It's a strange thing to fear. It's just a room.
Last one we found had some strange plants in it.
So now you're afraid of plants.
No, I quite like plants.
these type of plants would actually reach out for you and try and suck your life away.
Nasty. No, we don't have nothing like that here. Not with the children. You kidding me? Some of them like to run around half naked. Run around plants like that it would just sure to do them in. It's not going to work here. Not here. No. Miss Gretchen had me take them out real fast.
Nah, that's it's just dark things come from root cellars. That's all it is. I just call it my own paranoia.
All right.
Oh.
Well, it's still just a room at the end of the day.
Well, we've got more places to be. If we have any news, we'll let you know. We might be back later in the evening to meet with Miss Gretchen.
Well, hopefully you brought something to keep you covered. I'm suspecting it's going to rain soon.
Feel it in your
And-
bones.
Say that one more time.
I said, does he feel it in his bones?
No. No, I felt it on the leaves.
Hmm.
I'm a gardener. What? I can't feel it in my bones.
I get what you mean, but sometimes people like their joints ache when they feel like it's raining, like my grandpa.
Well, I'm not that old yet. Not feeling anything in my bones yet. There might still be a time, though. I'll let you know if I do feel something in my bones. Not sure what that'll be. Hopefully nothing. He kind of like mumbles onto himself.
My grandpa did that too.
He has a moment where he looks up like he's going to say something. Nah. It's true. It's confirmed right here. Rowan has family. This is something I can use now.
He got a family member.
Something I
be
can take
used.
away from him.
First zombie we fight, Grandpa.
God damn it.
You can't take away what's already gone.
Granddad.
God, no, Grandpa's alive. You just said Grandpa's alive.
Granddad
I
became a
didn't
lich.
say anything about anybody being alive. I
Oh,
just
that's true. You said he existed. Fair, fair.
Anyway, I
To the
guess
church.
To the church.
Yes.
I
Actually,
assume
we're
by the
specifically
time
gonna-
we've walked around all the way over here, he would have made it to the church already, and maybe on his way back, depending.
Yeah, I think Bub said it took like an hour to get here. So to get to the
Yeah,
church
it was on the opposite side of the town.
would be like
It's in
another
30
hour.
minutes to get here.
Oh,
Let me see where this place is.
At least I think he said 30 minutes.
It's 30
Because
minutes.
we were on the
That's what I thought he
junction of Middle Sword Street
Yep.
and Lava Avenue, and now we're on Lantern Street. And
I think Aiden might want us to go back to the one where he got accosted. Honestly,
Let me check my
Is-
enormous map.
he'd probably be
Is
like, "I want to
Get
go
the
back
big
to
map.
that
We need the big
specific-
references on the big map.
Which
that
church?
specific shrine."
so, does the back door of the orphanage go out towards Ash Avenue or
It opens.
Lantern.
It opens to. It opens to Crater Lake.
okay, it opens to Crater Lake. Like
Yeah.
I thought. Okay.
Which church are you guys going to?
Does Aiden want to go to that one or no? It doesn't matter.
Well, we don't really know which church the.
No, I meant for the one where he got like the healer was giving him a hard time. That's what I was asking. If you wanted to go back there with the guard, or if we're just going to the closest Paylord
was-
church.
No, you that guy's an ass. Go ahead and deal with whoever you want. I don't care.
I vote for Paylor.
Yeah, it's going to be a Paylord church. but-
Surprising.
You want to go to a Paylor church? All right. I'm curious. What are you hoping to gain from the Church of Paylor?
Let's see. Answers, because that's what I was supposed to do when I first got here. I'm 21 years late, but you know.
Maybe
I
they still
made it.
know what's going on.
Got
If
it.
not, it sounds like they're failing Paylor.
Oh,
It sounds like they're letting these stupid government rules get in the
Yeah.
way of Paylor. Carter's not
Heard.
happy about it. He's gonna start shouting in the other language and putting the mace everywhere with light
That's
on
right.
it. And everyone will be scared.
my question is
flail.
this: is there any conversation that occurs between now and your trip to the Church of Paylor, like the largest Church of Paylor?
Good question.
I can't believe they're letting some government official, just a mere mortal, tell them what to do. Don't they know
Unfortunately.
Paylor's watching?
They do, but in order to operate in this city and spread Paylor's word, they have to abide by the city's laws.
It sounds like the city doesn't want Paylor then.
The cities usually just want money. That's why the rules exist.
That's dumb. Why do we even need money?
Hello,
Also,
Carter.
people can keep track of goods and services, Carter. Unfortunately, resources, well, hoarded by the wealthy, there's not always enough to go around.
In small villages, we barter. You don't need
Yep.
money. But in a city like this, they have to exchange that way.
Someone should take all these. So, from what I've seen, there's only so much food you guys can eat. What do the nobles need all the extra food for? We should take the extra food from the nobles and give it to like that orphanage over there that the door's falling off. They need it.
That would be a good dream, Carter, but imagine, if you will, let's say the nobles follow their god, whoever it may be, and their god says, hoard all the food.
I don't need a holy war.
Uh-oh. Where'd you hiding, guys?
Good lord.
He's just Robin Hood with amnesia.
Okay.
So basically, that's kind of one of the things about money is it helps deal with this complex interaction because people follow different rules and different gods.
Yep. Not everyone believes in Paylor, Carter.
Fools.
Carter's got two schools of thought: Taylor followers and wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the best.
Why wouldn't you follow Paylor? He's the best.
This is perfect. Okay. I'm imagining this conversation is occurring while you're moving in the direction of the church. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
Walking and talking.
You find your way, with the help of some of the irregulars of town, to the Church of Paylor. It's a smaller yellow tower that sort of rises up 3 stories. It does have two primary bifolding doors on the left and on the right. As you can see, if you zoom in on that small yellow, I'll ping it again just for everyone. It's right on top of that. I know it's hard to see. You'll just have to zoom in. You see people sort of coming and going. The church bells that sort of align at the top. They're not very large. This isn't some sort of like significant, like massive Liberty Bell. These are smaller bells to signify that there is like active session, or that people can kind of come and go as they so please. You see people meandering about. They're not being quiet, milling beyond the town at this point. And you found your way to the Church of Paylor. This is here. Who is going to lead this charge?
I assume it's Jackson.
So, first of all, what is
Carter's
our,
not led us astray yet. In Carter, we
our-
trust.
what is our main objective here other than, is it to get Jen healed? Or at least looked at? Is it just information?
Information, getting Aiden looked at.
Don't
we
even
have the-
bother.
Someone for Dieter.
Well, they were going to
That's
take
what
care
the
of that at
other
the
guy
end.
is doing.
Yeah.
That's taken care of.
So we're going to ask about above board Griffin and the missing people.
Yep.
We're going to ask about the missing priests, and then
Yep.
healing for Aiden. And then Carter wanted to see like why the fuck aren't they doing what Paylor says?
So
Why are
Carter's
they
own holy
listening
war.
to Cauldron instead of Paylor only?
Yeah. So four things basically.
3.5.
Carter's on his own mission.
The flail starts swinging.
All you
Something,
hear
and
from Carter's the other language.
I think Aiden's probably the lowest priority since he's already tried it once. So
This time we have a citizen with us.
As far as they know.
Okay.
But yeah, sounds like no one stopped me, so I'm leading the charge.
There we go. That's what we like seeing. You
Right
decide
behind him.
to take the lead. This is, after all, your church. It's not just exclusively yours. You know at least one other person in your entourage. is within the church as well, but it's not something that's ever stopped you. You lean into all of the teachings. There's something about Pelor that just guides you. It brings you life. It enhances your interests. And as you find your way into the oftentimes yellow and or cream colored churches of Pelor you have found here, it's a small church, but size does not matter in this case. It's all about the spirit. You're met immediately by a figure that is dressed in saffron and cream. There is gold-bursted iconography that sort of dance across their linen that they have. They seem to be greeting someone and waving to others that are stepping on by, blessing them with some of Pelor's teachings, talking about the warmth of the sun. Allow sun to kiss your skin. Allow yourself to heal. Forgive yourself. Forgive what potentials may come to your door to bring you harm. Forgive the individuals that would darken your door, as they offer nothing but confusion in these tired and trying times. You hear these teachings, and there's something about it that doesn't necessarily feel hollow, but it feels as if it's a matter of repetition. Like the belief is there, but it's not as strong as it probably could be. Like they're lacking in the faith of the sun. It doesn't change their tabards. It doesn't remove the effects of what is very clearly under the linen. You can see the shape of some sort of light breastplate work. That's strange, considering he's a minister of sorts. What minister do you know wears a light breastplate? His hair is sun-bleached in a variety of hair wraps. There are polished buttons, small habits of tidiness that you can clearly see. He sees you. And there's a moment where he kind of catches your eyes, and you look familiar to him. He even raises his hands like he's going to say something, and then he glances around and he says, welcome in. Is there something that I can help you with today at the church?
We have several questions, and, well, in a more tangible thing, my friend here was injured fighting undead monkeys. He was bit.
My God, where was this?
Leading outside the city towards the farms.
And has this been reported that there is it an onslaught?
I want to say that it's
It's
been
been
handled.
taken. It's being handled.
The captain knows.
Good. Okay, can you please tell me which church handled the issue? The undead can only be contained by the church, and we were not informed.
Well, I'm not sure, because time has moved around us in a strange way. A lot happened. We're 20 years out of time. Anyway, that's just one thing on our list. I was sent to the city, actually to come to this church. However, like the day I got here, I agreed to help some defenseless farmers that's cattle were being attacked. And then 20 years went by because we found ourselves in a pocket dimension.
He glances back to the rest of you for any sort of confirmation.
Well, Carter, one day you're going to have to lead with subtlety, but unfortunately...
Why?
We will get to that later.
Waste of time.
He is telling the truth. As unlikely as it sounds, it did all happen. He's quite incapable of telling anything but the truth.
I mean, I could lie. There just is no reason to lie.
So do you need me to peer at this forlorn's 21-year-old wound?
It wasn't 20 years for us. It was just a week.
Right, but perhaps I should just see the wound in question.
Yes, please.
As wild as the story may seem, it might be more
I'm here,
beneficial.
Aiden.
It was on this leg right here. And Aiden will start rolling up the pants leg and to expose the wound.
He glances down and he seems to kind of like grab at the calf and sort of turn the leg and right.
As we experience things, this happened approximately 3 days ago. I have a bit of magic in my blood, and it felt wrong when it. I'm worried about corruption. It seems to be healing, but it's the other things that I worry about more.
Very well. Are you feeling, and like he stands and like he touches his palm to your head, are you feeling ill now?
Not that I am aware of. After this, I had an experience of disorientation and mild hallucination.
Hallucinations?
Well, could be fever dream, if you will.
Right. Right. Are you experiencing delusions, maybe of grandeur, of...
Everyone seems to think I am trying to jump up above my station lately. No, I am just a student. Well, I guess technically now former student of Academy.
Well, I hate to startle you. Normally we would frown upon a boy who cries wolf, but given your station and potential grandeur, I would hate to assume that there might be more wrong with you. That's why I asked if you were suffering mental difficulties, if something belayed your thought, causing hallucination, delusion, of that sort. You're fine. I could not see a wound on your leg at all.
Wait, what?
I believe that your tail is more of the Farian variety. There is no bite marks upon your leg.
It was just there this morning. Aiden looks down at his leg. Does he see any wound at all?
Give me perception. Aiden, it's not great. Can I get a perception from, I think it's probably going to be Rowan. Rowan's been like leading the back up to this point, and maybe Sora. I think those two.
I was gonna say, can I, if I'm like looking at it after he said something, can I roll one?
Gifting out the subs. Let's go. Boom, baby. That's a second luck
Okay,
reroll.
There you go. Aiden got a 21 now.
Aiden, you glance down and you're surprised, like almost befuddled. There is no mark whatsoever on your leg. And so, Sora, you glance and you saw that there was a wound. He bitched about it a lot. And you made note of this. But when you both look down, there's nothing there. And Aiden, when you glance, you focus before you start to run again with the exposition of what's occurred. Like, no, I definitely experienced, as everyone knows that you did. You can see that your skin is pink. Not quite puckered, but it's healed. The skin scarred. You do have small puncture scars where you were bitten.
I swear, just this morning, it looked like a just scabbed over bite mark. It stretched from here to here where you see the pink is. You can ask Sora here. She's the one that actually wrapped it up, cleaned it, and wrapped it the night that I got bit.
Of course. And
You can ask that other priest you showed it to.
I was gonna say maybe that other healer wasn't such an asshole after all, huh?
Oh, you've gone to multiple churches with your story. Did they turn you away?
I explain which chapel of Palor I went to in the morning. That I spoke with an acolyte who seemed to dismiss me and said he refused to treat me unless I could show proper paperwork of citizenship, and he seemed more worried with bureaucracy than anything else. But now that I think about it, the last thing he did was smack me right on the leg, right where the wound would have been, as I was walking out the door.
And Did he give you a name by chance?
Above board, I don't remember. I didn't write it down.
It's because he didn't give you a name. So he didn't introduce himself. He said he was an acolyte. Was he wearing the attire, the tabard?
He was dressed just as you, and Aiden will give as best a description as he can.
Right. I know whom you refer to. And perhaps aid was lent your way. I will... I would rise this to my betters, but unfortunately our churches are lacking their betters.
So, we have heard. That is the second reason we have visited today, is just to gather information on the recent missing persons that has been happening.
Yes, it's a tragedy. We have many people being reported missing almost every day.
Would you be able to give an estimate on how many per day is reported?
It varies. You would probably have a bit stronger of an idea if you spoke to the guard captain. You are a guard, after all. If you spoke to Captain Skellering, he could probably inform you of the numbers, but our best guess is probably close to 20.
20 per day.
Not gone missing per day, but that are missing currently.
20. Okay. Thank you very much for that information. I'll speak to Skellering myself later.
Do you believe that they are connected?
Well, with the recency, but it's hard to say with how varied in status and situation it is between orphans and married, soon-to-be married men, and all sorts of life, really. It seems there's no reason other than just to take humans.
Right. Well, if I were to discover more, I will report more to the captain himself. I'm sorry, I wish I could be of more assistance. Is there anything else? Very clear that there's nothing that immediately ails you, and you desire information of which is somewhat public knowledge.
I need help.
Don't we all? How can I assist?
I woke with no memories, just in a hole in the ground. Some people were kind enough to help me, but they sent me here. My connection has always been to Paylor. I don't eat. I know that as long as I can find the Dawnfather's light, I don't need to.
Perhaps you are afforded a very rare second chance.
Maybe, but what am I supposed to do with it? I was hoping I could at least come here to, if not find some guidance, at least find some purpose. I have healing magics that I would happily offer to those who come to the church looking for them.
We most certainly would be able to use your skills if you were to actually have them.
Oh, yes, I've been told that mine seem to actually work better.
Better than what exactly?
The usual people say that I can heal more than most. They say my cure wound does a little bit more than what they'd expect.
Oh, very good. Then you may still have some use within the church. We would be happy to accept you on and afford you an opportunity to initiate amidst the other clergy. If you are actually amidst those of the chosen by the Sun and the Dawnfather. Though I will admit, it is strange that you pray to one with a mismatched symbol. Are you amidst his tarnished?
Not this again. I don't know what you're talking about with that. I just woke up with this.
How long does your memory stretch back?
Well, as far as I know, about 3 weeks.
So you
But
are relatively
apparent,
fresh.
yeah, except for the whole time displacement. But I didn't feel the time move, so
Right.
let's just go with 3
3 weeks and
weeks.
20 years.
Yeah.
I must admit your story feels very, fictitious.
I mean, surely you have the capacity to be able to tell if I'm telling the truth or not.
I suppose we may have access to things that could assist us in this, but what would you have to gain from lying to us?
Nothing. I'm not.
We've already suffered enough. Why would you have to break into our court? You wish to steal our shrine next. It's quite heavy.
No, I don't need it.
Bless. Very well. Coming to the church might apprise and create a space for you to slowly draw forth from your memory. But perhaps simply just living. I wouldn't necessarily say coming to the space will offer you answers. Maybe purpose, but not answers. If I would make a recommendation from my years of study and the tutelage that I've been provided by my betters and superiors, very rarely are we afforded an opportunity to restart, begin anew, especially with inherent knowledge that lingers in our body. You feel devout. I see just how sincere you are to your devotion to Palor, even if you are amidst his tarnished. You may still find the light again, but perhaps it was driven of his will. This is why you are amidst the tarnished.
I don't know what that means. Also, do you know what a lesser trumpet is?
A lesser trumpet. I'm afraid that my memory's a little foggy on this. In what context?
Possibly a celestial being. I had a conversation, although I didn't have it in the common tongue. I spoke, and he will cut into celestial.
Again, he looks to each of you.
That's exactly how we feel.
He said the nice celestial. He didn't do the loud bong celestial.
There's a long, deep breath. I have a lot to think on in regards to your attendance to the church. I will not turn you away, as that is not Palor's way. Palor would not turn away one of his own. But I do recommend soul searching. Maybe trying to just accept that this is where you are now, that you may be starting over. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
Focus,
I mean, I still
perhaps,
have some knowledge, but it all feels so jumbled.
focus perhaps less on the who you are, and more along the why are you here.
I'll heal more people.
Good. If that is the way of the Dawnfather, then perhaps through healing you will bring memory back. Is there anything
And
else
find orphans.
I can? Oh, and of course, they're lost?
They're getting taken out the orphanage at night.
Oh no.
Someone should really do something about that.
I will consort with the local guards. Do you know who took them?
No, the orphanage doesn't know.
And he looks to you immediately, Aaron, and you're a guard, and are you doing anything about this? You're muted.
There's so many who have gone missing recently. I'm personally seeing to it on behalf of Skillerang. I'm trying to report back to him this night, but as you can imagine, with how little manpower we have, it's difficult when there's no blaring clues or perpetrators to go after.
And are you escorting them? Are they relatively new to the town? Have they been officially papered yet?
Not officially yet. That is why I'm with them.
Are they affording? Did you need some recommendations for the sanatorium?
No, that is all right.
Understood. If that situation arises, I am happy to afford my personal and professional opinion on the matter. Unless anything else is needed, I'd like to help the many. Bless those from the Dawnfather.
Thank you. And, well, seems that is all we will get from here. Let us go, see about your papers.
I love that approach. Let's do anything else.
The short cart's waiting
Texas.
for us outside. The short yellow cart.
God, we
Bye.
sound
What's up?
insane, bro.
You guys sound crazy.
we sound psycho.
Again, not you guys.
You
Mostly
are
Carter.
here. It doesn't matter that you're not saying anything. You are still here.
And when they look at you, you nod your head. Yes, you're part of it.
I
you
thought
are
about
part of this on the grounds that you're not stopping me.
because it's amazing. Why would I stop it? I actually thought
Very
about
funny.
messing with him more. I was gonna roll a will save and just like grab his hand and transform my hand as I'm grabbing his hand, like to shake it. But I was like, nah, we already did enough to this guy. Let's
That would
fucking
be
go.
insane.
I was waiting
Please
on
no.
Aaron to be like, okay, guys, let's go get ice cream now. Come on. Like,
The bus is
Aaron-
waiting.
Aaron's not our leader. What the?
I kind of wanted to intervene, but it was very funny.
Yeah, it was too good to intervene. It's like
Yeah.
Rowan's in the back. When the fuck do we get ice cream?
that's right. I'm fucking hungry, guys. The kids ate all my fucking food. Come on.
But yeah, probably best that we go get papers or have something set up.
Or
so
this is going to be a
we're not
reoccurring question otherwise.
immediately accosted.
Well, we still have time before the if Gretchen comes back to the orphanage. We could go to Skellerang.
Yeah, that's what to say to
Well-
Skillering, because we were supposed to go see him again anyway.
I
True.
don't know where Skillerang is. Probably
His
doing
office.
something important.
We'll try his office and see what happens. It's fine.
You might, yeah, we might as well.
That's the only place Carter's found him so far.
Yeah. He only stays in his office. He doesn't exist outside
As
of
far
it.
as I know.
I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Took some pictures.
Okay, so
It's a positive interaction for Sasora overall.
So we're coming back to destroy this church. We already know that.
Swear to God, you better not. This
Once-
NPC is actually cool. You're not allowed. Leave him alone.
Carter just has to
once
say
I
the
have
word.
more levels. Once I have more
Who's
levels, I
Carter?
just come back.
It's on.
so I love how like
Rebuke.
right now Aaron only has a sword on him. He's not in his armor.
Nope.
Like he only has a
Sasora,
belt
and,
and a sword.
and it's great by comparison because Sasora's in full armor.
Yeah.
But
You look like a fucking strange combo.
I just assume Bub assumed that you went back and got your armor because you did mention you'd have to go back and get your armor. So he probably just assumed that. That's why he
And
said
when
it.
we got closer, that you did.
Maybe.
Well,
I definitely
even
did that.
You didn't say
Well,
it, but he probably
even
just
it-
assumed it.
Even if you have your sword, though, you know there's a standard
guess,
model for the city
yeah.
guard.
I guess the scabbard would have the city's emblem on it.
Oh, Jim, it was the tainted or the tarnished?
Tarnish.
Tarnished. I was gonna say tarnished first, and then I'm like, wait, was it tainted?
Did we
Tarnished.
did
I
we
need
get
to
that
go
guy's
find The
name?
Elden Ring.
No.
So
No, we
so
did not. We
when,
did
when
neither
are we going to
guy's
discuss that all of our god problems seem to come in pairs?
I'm sure that'll continue. All god problems in this party are also pairs because we have two religious people in this party, like two actually devoted to a god religious people in this party.
So we've
It's all
talked.
pairs.
We've talked to the church. We've talked to Leona, who kind of doesn't know anything either, unless she's just holding information from us, because it'd be realistic.
Just incite your sister.
Yeah,
It's
but
my
she's
sister,
Yeah,
guard
but
first.
If Aaron talk to Leona without us. I think he would get more information than Aaron talking to Leona with all of us with him.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of not the most
so she
known
didn't
bunch
even
to her.
tell me about getting engaged. I doubt she would tell me about very specific details as to the case of missing people.
She would have told us about the orphan stuff, but yeah, not about the people. Because she would have mentioned that since she sent us in that direction.
Yeah, we only knew about the orphan stuff because an orphan came into the thing and asked about it. But
So then heading to see Tercion Skellerang, the guard captain.
Oh, attempt to, yeah, wherever he's hiding out.
Also,
We'll try his office and see if he's there first.
So Aaron, what's your sister like? What would she like for a wedding gift?
gift card to the tip tankard.
Well, seeing I last knew her when I was 8, I assume her tastes have changed over the years.
You mean when she was 8, but, details.
Hey, nostalgia is a big thing. If she had a stuffed Krog back then, maybe she wants a new one.
Yeah, we should get her a doll.
You guys are bad at this.
That's what adult women love, dolls, yes. Let's keep walking.
I assume we are walking over.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming that you guys are. So yes, please. By all
This is
means.
the conversation as we're walking because, giving Aaron shit is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Also, Bub, while you were away, IVS, like, how would they know he's the guard? He didn't go back and get his armor. Like, did they just assume, or?
You have your things on you, right?
I have my sword on me and my belt. I'm wearing pretty normal clothes otherwise.
Okay, so let's just be real. Regular people didn't walk around the street with a long sword at the hip, unless they
The
were
sword's kind of already a
sellsword or you were a guard. In this particular time, you didn't really just have like, oh yeah, I farm carrots. This is my long blade for carrots.
That's right. That's how I dig them out.
He doesn't have
it's awful.
The long sword.
He doesn't have the look of a sellsword either. I imagine. Like, people look at him and they're like, yeah, that's a guard. His ass. That's a guard.
Yeah. Smells like garden here.
It smells like fines and taxes.
That's right.
It's a text.
Sounds like unpaid debts in here.
That man's used to carrying a clipboard, isn't he? Oh yeah.
You can tell. He's standing up way too straight.
I know just what to do. I know just what to do with you, meter maid.
Got a perfect 180-degree posture, straight as a board.
Lord, oh no. Okay. We're with it here. We're good. You have been burning up a lot of your early afternoon. It's probably closing the gap at about 4 p.m., and it has, in fact, started to cloud overhead, and you can feel it. It's that general sensation as if it is beginning to start to take on that very, like, moisture, or like the wicking sensation, like it's going to rain. Many of the leaves down closer to Cauldron Lake itself are starting to sort of turn over as the wind picks. And this is another telltale sign. A lot of like wives' tales where you're like, if the leaves turn, that's how we know we're going to get a storm. And a lot of that is occurring here. A lot of the people are starting to pull a bit tighter on their shutters and pulling down many of the low-hanging eaves and bringing in laundry that seems to be hanging. Everybody is starting to show the signs. So people are still walking the streets. Merchants are sort of bringing up any of the looser things that might get caught or might be damaged by the rain, and bring it just under tarp. But it doesn't change the fact that Cauldron is very much alive. The cities sort of weave like it is a circulatory system. Everything moves, ebbs and flows. The tide of people move like blood through the valves, through the veins, something alive. And you can only hope that Cauldron remains the way that it is and doesn't become more alive, especially in the mouth of a dormant volcano. No one ever said it was dead. It's dormant. It takes you, again, probably half an hour. Travel in this place is relatively slow. There's not exactly a 4-lane highway system. You guys don't exactly have Vespas or something to expedite the process. You're moving by
Actually,
foot.
on the way, since it is looking like it's going to rain, I don't know about the rest of you, but Aaron currently doesn't have a rain cloak. Unless Leona would have given him one with the clothes laid out.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah. And I assume Carter definitely doesn't have a rain cloak. Or something.
I'm gonna
like that.
assume Sulsora doesn't either. It would have just been some extra thing that she doesn't need to carry.
Well, considering he doesn't have a dorm to go back to drop his stuff off, Aiden still has his travel pack and everything.
I have a cloak. I don't know if it's considered a rain cloak, but I have a cloak with a hood, so...
Well, I would think any cloak would probably be somewhat waterproof. Like if it's a traveling cloak, I would assume it's made to withstand the weather.
I can't think it's gonna bother Sulsora really more now than any other point in time.
I don't know. Wet armor really sucks.
I mean, yeah, but she's
does.
lived in Cauldron for a long time, so this is probably not the first time it's rained in Cauldron and she's been here, so...
The rainy season is particularly bad, actually.
Yeah.
It's people react very harshly to it because there's a lake in the center of town. There's a reason people don't want to live on Low Wand or Low Sword because it floods. And if they are particularly bad, if they don't have access to the mages to move the rainfall out of the city, it will flood homes and people might die. It's just the likelihood of it. That happens.
Yep.
It's a big basin.
It is.
Man, this place sucks.
This city sucks. Why are we even here, bro?
That's why
Well, let's
Paylor
see.
sent you to fix it.
Are we close to the rainy season?
Too broken. Gotta throw it out.
You're not sure. You're not sure. It's it's a strong sign when you're starting to get early evening rain. Most of the time, and when it comes to the season, it does seem to favor rainfall a lot closer to night, but earlier rains in the day is a big indicator.
I was gonna ask, like, isn't where Cauldron located sort of like a tropical area, like there's forests and swamps and things like that? So it probably
Yes.
just gets a lot of rain in general, right?
Yes.
I mean, at that point, then Sulsora probably has it just like in her bag.
I would
Well,
imagine
they-
Sulsora has a covering for her armor
Sure.
for the rainy season.
Sure.
I
That makes
mean,
sense.
considering we've got coffee and sugar cane and we've got a mountain range, I figure we're kind of like Colombia as far as our climate.
I would say probably not far off. It's definitely like the rainy season is the rainy season for a reason.
You better get Skillerang before you get wet. Moist.
So then we're all in agreement.
Towards Skellering we go.
Yeah, we're going to see his future
Papers,
brother-in-law while
please.
discussing whether wedding gifts. So yes,
Given that you're driving the position, again, you guys have been walking and talking the entire time. Again, you're still in the same position of that time in the afternoon. It's not quite to the traditional dinner era, but like you can smell that people are starting to prepare. The aromas of pots starting to be set to boil, of dishes being baked and set astride the window so that it can cool, that kind of thing. You can tell that people are preparing for dinner. There's a lot of like the telltale signs of what you would see in sort of the modern family here. But it varies per the ring. This is the difference, is on lower ring, you're talking about your destitute, the people that are generally without. They are shantytowning it in some spaces. Most of them are hanging in eaves, in gutters. Most of them are hiding in shadows of alleyways, that sort of thing. They're recognized. They're still doing the best that they can. Oftentimes they're found digging through trash, begging for scraps from taverns, from inns that seem to be making for their patrons. And many of them try to take care of their own. People care about Cauldron despite how bereft of what is necessary all the time. It doesn't change. The sentiment still stands. So, each of you move in the destination and direction of the guard captain. And you're met the quarters. You even pass by a few guards, not recognizing any of them. You don't see Leona, but you see the quarters. This is the guard house, if you will. that just to the rear side of it is like a small ludus like training facility, and astride that, just nestled against it, is a traditional jailing area. You know exactly how to find the captain. Do you just march in?
I doubt a party of 5 who nobody here would recognize would be allowed to just march in to the captain's office.
You never know. There are less guards if they're all out patrolling.
I was about to say they're understaffed. They can't stop us.
They can't stop us all. So, as we're walking up, Aaron will probably say we might meet a little resistance here just because we're unknown. Please be civil.
When am I not?
In a obvious teasing tone, and goes, "Are you going to write us a ticket if we're not?"
No, but they might throw you in a cell. So let's
Well, at least I wouldn't have to pay for a room at the inn tonight.
let's only answer questions that are asked of us. Carter.
Aiden.
That's what I've been doing. It's not my fault they don't understand.
And
You've only told the truth.
Aaron will start walking towards the guard captain's quarters.
Got it. Okay. When you are all of you agreeing to step inside of the guard captain's quarters, or are you going to kind of like wait outside and let Aaron do the talking? What does that look like? I would like sort of like I'm sort of loose marching order.
I'm going in.
Yeah, I think we'd all go in, but Aaron would go first to make sure, from one, that he wants us all in there, and 2, that, we're allowed in.
Got it. Got it.
So
You
sort of
be
on the
last.
tail end for marching order purposes, if it matters.
now, back in the previous days, 21 years and a week ago, this place may have been a bit more bustling. The guardhouse was a place of noise, where it was this natural jovial nature, but there was also this sincere devotion to the role. They believed in taking care of the common man. It's not that that's lost today, but the working body has shrunk in size. So where you're expecting to be met with noise, with the sounds of livelihood, of camaraderie amidst the peers, you're not met by that. There are a handful of people that seem to be pacing inside, one person sitting behind a functional desk. It looks like they're quill and ink penning a few things down and then stepping away. You are surprisingly never met with any assistance. People pass by. One politely says, excuse me, steps right by, passes through the door. It seems that the time of the guard has not quite phased out as much as a willingness to assist has thinned, just because so has the guard.
Well, if nobody stops Aaron, then he will pretty much walk towards the captain's office and lightly rap on the door.
Sure, nobody's going to stop you. You pace probably 30 or 40 steps, and you knock upon the door several times before you hear, "Come in."
Then Aaron will enter.
He seems to be standing behind the desk, and when he sees you, his hand falls off of the blade. Not like he was going to draw it, but it's sort of like at attention, right? And when he sees you, he immediately brings his hands together in almost like, it feels nervous, right? But it's down closer to his waist. Instead of being at his chest, sort of like how you would expect like a raccoon to be rolling their hands, they're much closer to his belt, and he starts to nervously move. Aaron, I wasn't sure when I was going to see you next, but I was hoping to see you sooner than later.
Yes. Before I invite them all in, the rest of my compatriots are here with me. Is there anything you would like to talk about in private?
I excuse me. I am under the assumption that Leona has informed you that we are to be wed.
Yes, I not so much informed, but was found out. Congratulations.
He kind of looks up. There's this sign of relief that dances across his forehead for a moment, but it's only for a moment as it quickly falls back to a normal sort of rested and professional state. He instinctively reaches under the breastplate and kind of pulls at his tunic to straighten himself out a bit. Thank you. I must admit, I didn't know how to explain this to you last night.
It's Leona had told me it was probably the last thing on both of your minds, with me coming back all of a sudden, and so many more things on your mind that are a great deal more of importance than explaining that to me.
I mean, you're not wrong. And now he kind of raises his hand behind his head, and he's sort of lax. It's not he's lackadaisical as much as he just he's relaxing in front of you. He realizes I must admit I feel a little silly. I should have told you last night. But still, I'm glad that you know. And who knew? Who would have guessed it so many years later that it would be like this?
Do you have a date picked out?
Your sister is hoping for the cold months. You understand that in the time, this is generally when people try to stay indoors. Any crime that may happen tends to fall just because it's cold. People don't like to go out and do some of their regular things. There's not too many perpetrators at the time, as you might have guessed.
I believe your father did the same.
He did, yeah. Yeah. At least that's what Mom said before. Well, parents, am I right?
Yeah.
Did Leona catch you up on everything in regards to your parents?
Yes, she's informed me of their passing.
Their effects were dispersed, from my understanding. Leona told me years later that there was not much left by the time that they had passed, and their personal effects were moved beyond intermediaries, and those had collected. They swim like sharks, Aaron. They collect what they can. They take bites here and there, and it's like it never bothered them that someone had left.
I spent a long time wondering and asking about them. It was my mission at one point to head back to Sasserine and find out where they went. But at the time they sent us here to be under your father, exactly because of the world they were trying to break into.
Admittedly, I still don't... I don't know why my father was so quick to take you and your sister on. I was never told of the kind of debt that he might have.
Unfortunately, I'm not too clear on that either. And one night, me and Leona were just put on a wagon and moved here, and in the morning I was met with one Tercion Skellerang. I spent the next decade underneath him, growing up to be what I was, and then what happened happened.
Well, there's no point in dwelling on the past at this point. It's just been something that sat with me for a while. And admittedly, I'm grateful for it. If neither of you had come, I wouldn't have met her, and I wouldn't have found my way into this position in such an important role. Give me a sense motive.
Yeah. And I'm gonna...
That's much better. When he says that, you can tell that he is much less thrilled about that second part.
Yeah. Tertian, I know you never wanted this role.
Is it that obvious?
Well, yes. Not right now, but I've known you for a long time.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I can say that I never wanted this particular role, but what is there to say? It's Dad's last inheritance. And frankly, there was nobody else that I could trust the same way that I trusted him. Not to look after the people of this town. A few stepped in, but they quickly stood down. Suppose it's the nature of things.
Yes, well, I'm glad if it was anyone, it was you that took over.
It means a lot to me, thank you.
And who knew Leona would be your right hand?
She is a lot. She's a lot. I don't want this to sound harsh, but had you not gone, we would have never been afforded the space to get to know each other this way. It was because we worked so closely together that I got to really see her for who she is. She's very important to me, Aaron. And I will not let anything happen to her. Not that I will ever say in the matter, she is the most bull-headed person I've ever met in my life, and quite stronger than most of the people working under me. In fact, on some days I think she's stronger than me, and that would scare most men. But it makes me feel safe, and not many things do.
If I remember correctly, our mother was much the same way, though I doubt she remembers much of that.
Perhaps. I have a lot of things that I have inside of me in regards to your arrival, but please do not misconstrue any of those for anything less than I'm grateful that you've returned. But I really hope that you do not leave again. It took a long time for her to develop her confidence, to stand on her own. I'm not going to tell you not to leave, I'm just going to ask. Don't leave. It'll break her.
Well, if those are your orders.
We're about to be family. I suppose it doesn't have to be so formal.
I guess not.
Though I will admit I don't have the patience or the time to take on a ward or a page, and I was aware that you never quite finished the tenure of your station.
Well, I was basically there already. It's more formality than anything. You know how strict your father was? He wanted everything perfect before it was official. But I imagine a lot has changed in the last 21 years. A lot of laws to study up on.
Things have just gotten tighter. I I hate to say that everything that I used to peer through felt more like a dream, but childhood felt safer. When Dad was around, things felt easier. Not because he was so strong, but because it was like he kept it at bay. He kept it back.
He did.
And I can't help but feel as if it is my role to do the same thing, but I do not see the same things that he saw. He did not spend as long with me as he spent with you. So I need you to reassume your position. Because you can't forget the time that he spent with you. You can't forget the teachings. Every swing of the blade, every boot to your ass, you just can't forget it. And I did not have that. I had to learn on my own. And I'll never know if I'm going to be as strong as him, but I will be damned if I fall not trying. So, get your gear repaired or replaced, and then reassume your role as page and ward to your sister. Leona won't exert her relationship over the top of you. She's beyond that. If she needs something, and she calls upon you, it is your duty to answer to her. She will also be the one to decide whether or not you have moved beyond page and are prepared for full guard.
Understood. I believe that will be a little bit of a mountain to overcome, but I'm all up for the challenge.
She has incredible standards. She's turned many people down before. If you fail her, she will still love you, but she will never let you live it down.
I don't know if I can spend the next 20 years hearing that. So, I will pass. I will return to the full position of the god. And I think I was going to start with figuring out what we're missing.
Now, surely you didn't come here to confront me about marrying your sister. Is there something else I can help you with, Aaron?
Yes. It's come to my attention in my short time back in this city, that there's a string of missing people.
There is, yes. We're investigating it. Is there something more that you needed?
Did you have any connections between them? Any reasons?
Hold on. Let me draw my paperwork here. He pulls forth a ledger and he starts to thumb through a series of documents before he stops on a recent abductees, as the page has been titled. I have here, as of 88 nights ago, the first person to mysteriously disappear in the Eve. There are 25 people, including the most recent being the orphans at the orphanage. What did you want to know?
Well, it seems to me, even with the short public information I've received, there's not so much a connection between class or status or occupation. Seems people are just missing because they're missing.
Before we do this, are they going to be staying in the city?
To my understanding, yes, and the papers will need to be met, though I assume you wanted to leave that for after we could.
And you trust them?
I trust them. There's not many who would go out of their way to help someone they don't know.
They didn't try anything strange. They didn't kidnap you.
No, nothing like that.
It's still just strange. You disappeared for 21 years. You came back fine and the same, and they said the same thing. Your stories corroborate, but it doesn't. None of it really makes sense. But if they're going to stay, are they going to be friends or, I don't know, allies? Or do you even, I didn't even, and he kind of throws the book down. Do you even wish to be a guard anymore?
That is a good question, Terzion. It still burns within me, your father's expectations to become captain of the guard, or at least his right hand until he passed away. But with how much has changed and the dealings I've been through, I met as an angel, for goodness sake. Like, how do you come back from that as a normal man?
I wouldn't even presume to know.
It is my only earnest wish right now is to take the second chance I have and help as many people as possible.
Well, perhaps you should invite them back if you trust them that much. They can afford to hear these things too. We could use all the help that we could afford in the search for these individuals. We are quite literally drawing at straws.
And sounds good. And Aaron will kind of walk back out and wave them in.
You see his hand. He encourages all of you to step inside.
So Sora's kind of like cattle wrangling them inside. She's definitely going in last.
Go in? We go in?
Yep, I will file in with the rest.
Lead the way, Carter and Rowan.
As you step
Trust
inside,
Aiden to lead the way.
We're the last two he wants to see.
he stands behind his desk. The chair slid to the side. He stands less comfortably so as you recognize, Aaron. He has moved to a bit more of a professional stance. What you would expect out of a guard captain. A lot less leisurely in his approach. And when he sees you, he says, "Good evening to each of you. Aaron has informed me that you will be staying for the foreseeable time within the walls of Cauldron. And there are expectations. For the time being, I am assigning not necessarily control, but a position of authority of himself for you. What I mean by this is until you are recognized as citizens of Cauldron, if he declares that you are an individual of ill repute or ill desire for Cauldron, upon his recommendation, I will personally fling you from the walls myself. This is not a threat, it is simply a promise. I do not wish ill upon you, I only wish to protect the people of Cauldron. But because you're going to be here, and you'll be acting in tandem, I cannot deputize all of you. Not that I'd wish to do so anyway. But Aaron has potentially expressed an interest in returning to his position as guard, and furthermore assisting the people of Cauldron. He went through hell to train under my father, who is the strongest man, hands down, I have ever met. So that I know he has it in him. He said that you're investigating the missing people, the recent abductees. Is that a correct assessment?
Yep.
Yes.
That is what we have been doing this past day.
Very well. As it currently stands, we are standing upon a series of dead ends. We have a list of individuals that have gone missing, of varying ages, varying backgrounds. There are 25 of them, including the 5 most recent, one of which was a child by the name of Rem. I did not acquire a last name. But the 4 most recent, all upon the same eve, a 1 Deacon Stormshield, Evelyn Radovec, Lucinda Aldrine, and Tarim Caritis. I have no information regarding this Rem, but the other children I know a bit more of. Deacon is a dwarf. He was taken from Lantern Street 3 nights ago. The orphanage took him in when he was 6 years old. By our last account, the one Gretchen, the owner of Lantern Street Orphanage, has informed us that he has recently celebrated his 20th birthday. His parents failed to return from an adventure. Evelyn Radovec, human, 9 years old. Gretchen said that she was a quiet, sullen girl until she became animated, and then she was rather loud. It's a matter of provoking, according to her. Her father and mother succumbed to the filth fever plague that struck Cauldron 7 years ago. Lucinda Aldrine, age 8, human. She was gregarious, but a bit of a superstitious child. She was given to the Lantern Street Orphanage at the age of 4. Her mother was stricken by poverty. Lucinda was also abducted from the orphanage 3 nights ago. And lastly, another boy, human, 9 years old, Tarim Caritis. He was taken from the orphanage 3 nights ago. He's dour, temperamental lad. His parents are believed to have died shortly after his birth. Gretchen never informed us of the circumstances. And there are quite a few more people at varying ages. I can give you the details if you'd like. But this is going to be very long-winded, and I'm not sure if you have quick memory or a fast set of hands.
Aiden's actually already there, recording it in his notebook in shorthand.
Okay.
Similar to what he would have done when attending lectures.
Got it.
Yeah, Aaron probably would have also pulled out his notepad and just kind of shorthanded it down.
I'm going to give you a lot of information here, all right? Mm-hmm. You guys get to be super sleuths, so I hope you're super ready. The first to go missing 88 nights ago was a 91-year-old gnome, male, name Tyrvin Wispwort. Is listed as a local alchemist. He had 2 cats and ran a marginally successful business. The second, 83 nights ago, Jorel Sirkin, gnome, male, age 72. They were a law clerk who worked for the local gnome barrister named Eric Gilbar. Disappeared from his home. Asmi Dresker, female, human, age 19. A known prostitute who piled her trade at the Slippery Eel Tavern. She disappeared from her residence 81 nights ago. She and a coworker, a one Shellen Rika, rented the house from an old woman named Martira Hathaway, who was asleep in the house that night and didn't hear or see anything. Shellen Rika, another prostitute who frequented the Slippery Eel Tavern. She was 20 years old. She shared a house with Asmi Dresker and their landlord. Again, 81 nights ago. This is a fun name. 24-year-old male human. The name is Krilskar Endercott. He was kicked out of the local militia for drunk and disorderly conduct. Krilskar vanished from his parents' home 74 nights ago. The parents never heard or saw anything suspicious, but they believe that he may have robbed them and fled the town in disgrace. They're not sure if it's correlation to the missing people or he deliberately fled. Callum Sunnyrush, 37-year-old male halfling. He was a horse groomer and ponies for the Lathenmeyer noble family. He vanished from the inn 69 nights ago. His report on a human, male, named Griffin Malek. He was the local barkeep at the Tip Tankard Tavern. He disappeared 66 days ago, 3 days before his planned wedding to the tavern barmaid, Amelie Durante. Shorda Gallagher. It's spelled S-Z-O-R-D-R-A, so Shordra Gallagher. A self-proclaimed sage, she ran a small bookstore. She was last seen 60 nights ago by her 18-year-old son, Liegan, a mason's apprentice. Timber Calivan, 25, male, human. Local minstrel of some repute. He vanished 52 nights ago from his room at the Laughing Horse Inn. Iruth Mercadi, Irruth, Mercadi, Mercadi. Female human, age 36, a local chandelier who disappeared from the apartment above her shop 47 nights ago. Devin Mearsel, human, male, 18. Lamplighter who vanished 45 nights ago. Guards found the pole that Devin used to unhook hanging lanterns in the street a few blocks from his house, which was not robbed. Janir Everdawn, female halfling, age 42. The jeweler's apprentice who did volunteer work at the Blue Crater Academy. She disappeared 40 nights ago. Lorthan Ironfold, a skilled cartwright. He and his wife, Sonder, vanished from their home 35 nights ago. And Sonder Ironfold, wife of Lorthan Ironfold. She was 127, he was 125. We're almost done, I promise. Ricaldo Vesker, Rikaldo Vesker, Veskar, human, male, 34. His ransacked home contained blood droplets and blood-encrusted knives, which was also noted not surprising, since Ricaldo worked as a skinner. He disappeared 31 nights ago. Lester Coldwater, male, human, age 22, a trained scribe and struggling poet. He and his girlfriend, Jelith, vanished from her home 26 nights ago. The girlfriend, Jelith Serlana, female half-elf, age 33, a struggling shoemaker who inherited her father's failing business. She vanished along with her boyfriend, Lester, 26 nights ago. Elithor Ashstaff, male half-elf, age 58, a wizard and trickster who occasionally performed minor feats of prestidigitation at birthday parties for upper-class children. A dead rat, possibly Elithor's familiar, was found in his home. He vanished 22 nights ago. 3 left. Maple. That's the whole name. Maple. Female halfling, age 32. Last name, unknown. Maple was rumored to be associated with the Alley Bashers. She disappeared 18 nights ago. Coriston Pike. Female, human, age 35, a retired adventurer who was living on stolen loot. She walked with a cane. She disappeared from her modest abode 16 days ago. And the last one, before the children, was Jasper Drundelsput. Age 74, male gnome, a reclusive and eccentric mathematician who worked at Blue Crater Academy. He's believed to have vanished 9 days ago. Pieces of parchment covered with numbers and symbols littered the floor of his ransacked house. You got them. You've been given
a lot of people.
25 people, varying ages, varying races, varying vocations. They're all there. So he throws his hands up after putting the books back down. So you see where we have found ourselves at a bit of an impasse. Where's the correlation? It was 1 here and there, then suddenly 2. Then again 1, then again 2. But now the children. 4 in one night. How are they moving them? Are they fleeing? Are they actually running from town? Are they being kidnapped? Is there an abduction case? We found nothing here short of the fact that there is nothing linking them. Do you see something that I do not?
Nothing but gut instinct at the moment.
Do they all seem linked?
Not in the slightest. Some seem like they have reason to run away. Some have no reason to run away.
I'm inclined to agree with that.
And you said there was a pattern until there wasn't with the children.
Right.
So why was the children? Why were the children different?
Right. This is the problem.
I'm looking at more like what were the conditions on those particular days, or I should say those nights. Were they brighter than normal, darker than normal? Was certain phase of one of the moons? That's what I'll be looking at. It's off the top of my head, I can't see a pattern, but as I delve into it, maybe we'll see something.
The direct correlation between all of these is that despite who else was living in the home with them, despite the neighbors, the passers-by, everyone that could be associated to them, none of them were ever seen leaving or being removed from the homes. They vanished, just disappeared.
It was always at night.
Always at night. They were reported being seen by multiple individuals, some of which had been seen by many. There are 4 or 5 people working at the orphanage, each of them having seen or had personally delivered those children to their beds that eve. So can you explain to me what may have snuck by 4 or 5 full adults in a home of children? Someone had to have seen something.
We just came from the orphanage. At least the gardener we met there didn't seem the type to
That's
withhold information.
It's Mr. Copperbeard,
Yes.
Dwarven man. Yeah, he
So-
seemed very forthcoming.
All I can assume is, in correlation with all of these, is these people are telling the absolute truth about not knowing about the disappearance until I went to check up on them the next morning, which can only mean that either they are supernaturally being teleported away, or the people in question are of their own, well, maybe not even of their own will, but are getting up and walking out on their own.
I don't think you're wrong. I think there's something more at play here, and I've yet to see it. The correlation is beyond me. Either way, you see exactly what I see, which is questions. Every time I look over this, I feel like I've connected them to another thing, and I haven't. It always comes to a situation break. Even Leona believes that she may have discovered something just for it to fall through. I must admit, Aaron, that it is bizarre timing that while these people were resting in their homes, you managed to wander into town. It's either some sort of omen, a prophecy, something of ill tiding.
Speaking of prophecies, Leona did mention that I believe a swarm of monsters was prophesized to be coming back.
Right. Well, you understand, your sister is rather suspicious, but I don't think that she's completely wrong. We have to keep in mind what it might mean, but we have yet to see the correlation. We are just overdue for it and rather understaffed. Hopefully we still have access to the walls and the defenses that it's here to provide. There's one thing that we can recall is that these walls have stood the test of time and everything that it might have weathered.
At least that has stayed the same. What about an influx of people into town?
No more than normal.
No more.
People trying to earn their way. Any kind of keep that they might establish. You should just take this information consider it. Decide whatever your next move might be. It's not to the point where we've established a curfew. But it's coming. If more go missing, then the guards will enforce it. So if you wish to find yourself also traipsing in the evening, you might wish to re-establish yourself amidst the guard, Aaron. If you decide against it, and I can understand why you would wish to avoid it, then we will relieve you of duty and you'll have to find other means for yourself in the city.
Let me speak with Leona, and I'll give you an answer by tomorrow.
Understood.
We need to get back and meet with Gretchen anyway. She should be back by nightfall, the gardener said.
We could detect for fiendish presence when we get there. This does sound supernatural.
Bub laughing is not a good thing sometimes.
It just cracks me. I love it. You walk in a room, there's fresh food on the table. I detect traps. Are there traps? Like that's the same kind of energy. I love it. It's so good.
That's just Carter's way, man. He knows what he does, and he does it well.
I have a 15-foot pole. I'm hitting everything with it. Does anything trigger?
You say, oh, I walk into a room and there's food. Carter wouldn't care about the food there.
That's true. There's just an abundance of sunlight.
Now that's
I stare up at the sun and wonder why I'm blind.
Sun orbs all over the table.
That's actually why he's blind. He just looked into the sun way too long.
It was meant to give me insight.
Oh man, it's too good. All right. Now, as you kind of break away, as you find yourselves leaving the guard house, you've been given a lot of information. You know that it's going to take probably 30 or so minutes to find your way back, specifically to the Lantern Street Orphanage. You understand that at this point, it's more than just dusk. You don't really have much in the way of the dregs of light left. And that light misting has become light rainfall.
So before we head out, it's correct that where I was staying, at least my old home, is close to the guard barracks and the captain's quarters and whatnot. Correct?
It's not far.
Not far. Okay. I'd probably. The party can come with me as well, but I'll let them know that, hey, I'm going to go gather some things. And probably go grab my old armor and put it on since there is, and the cloak, just because it is getting colder in the night. And people wandering around at night, it's especially with a sword and no immediate identification, it's probably better, even if it's outdated armor, to have some armor on at all. And probably get a torch or something to carry around, a lantern to get some light. So I'd invite everyone back over there.
What does everyone say?
Elsor's probably following.
Okay.
She probably will have pulled out her, cloak from her bag. It's probably something simple and a pretty normal common color. And she'll just kind of wrap it around her.
Okay.
But she's going to follow Aaron and make sure Carter doesn't get too far away.
I like that you are the corral specimen, Carter.
We gotta keep Carter on a leash, brother. He is
bumpering you into an area, which is nice.
We're just gonna make sure he stays
to grab
on
a
the
certain
focus.
ability earlier than I planned, just to make it harder for them.
Oh my god, don't make it harder for me, please.
Love it.
We need to railroad Carter into a certain direction.
And just to make things fun, as I see the lights are going down and the lamps aren't very efficient in the rain, I will guiding lights around them. our parties so that we can see where we're going.
Sure. Sure. As you step outside,
dancing lights.
Carter, you're met with the immediate draw of the warmth of the sun is just gone. You've been met with this feeling now for the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You had to deal with this. The sun just quitting halfway through the day.
Yeah, what the hell?
Retiring like it gets tired.
I should just follow it. I should just go in the direction of the sun so that way I can follow it.
Yeah. Man, you'll have to move real quick.
I don't have that ability yet.
Start sprinting, Carter.
You know that you're within 10 to 12 minutes from where you're staying, Aaron. And as you pace by the streets, that light rain quickly becomes a wretched drizzle. Luckily, the lights have come through. People have tightly pulled their shutters. The eaves have been drawn. You can smell that smoke from their chimneys as it's pursed and purchased by the rain above. The drizzle falls from the ashen gray sky. The crowded, rain-slicked buildings seem especially bleak and fairly frightful this evening, especially as shadows begin to deepen and darken. They're hunched together beneath the various clouds in your gloomy skies. A few of the lights burning in the windows, but mostly the shutters have since closed for the eve. You know that people still move and meander about, watching on. The din of water trundles from rooftops splashing deep into the dark alleys, turning street gutters into rivulets. And though you can see your home, Aaron, not far from where you stand, a sudden plaintive cry for help from a nearby alley splits the evening air as you watch 4 individuals with their faces painted half black and half white darting into the alley. And we enter session there.
Yeah.
I figured that.
I saw that coming. Yeah.
Next session, into the alley.
Into the alley.
We will
Back
end
to the
bridge.
the session right there. I knew it was time. Look, I knew it was time.
God damn you, Bob.
When you
Damn
can see people starting to hit with that wobbly blink, the wobbly blink, it's time. You gotta put it to bed. But we're playing next week. We're good.
Yes.
And yes,
But that's an entire week.
it is an entire week. And guess what? It gives you guys a whole week to establish your confidence for leading conversations next time. I believe.
I have no problem. The problem
So
is
Sora's got plenty of reason
shouldn't
to
be
not
me.
want to lead conversation with people we talked to today for
I think-
one reason or another.
This is just literally from me. Okay, this is what
Oh,
I've
I know.
noticed now from session 1 to session 8. I want to say that you guys might spend a little too much time trying to think about the perfect answer, and you say what your character's going to do. Insert yourself in the position. Instead of saying, Abacus Brandy takes a few steps forward, just be like, I walk up and punch the guy.
That's what I do already.
Do it. Do it. Lean into your characters. Get the feel for them. You are now comfortably in their shoes. You have a good idea about how they're going to react. I believe in you guys. Just find that comfort. I know that we took 2 weeks off, but next week we're coming in strong. You guys have combat. It's coming.
Torture.
Torture. And
Yeah,
this
can those
time,
people in the alley wait a moment for me to go back home and come back?
this time,
Wait,
it's
Did
not
my
with-
cloak hit?
it's not with
Aaron's
monkeys.
steps. Oh, thank God. At least
Well,
one
what it
thing
is,
normal.
he had to put us in combat before Aaron got in his armor.
It's true. It's true. I knew he had a good night's rest, and now I'm here to ruin it.
That's
That
right.
sounds like an
Ruined
Aaron
all.
problem.
That sounds like a not us problem. Exactly. That's what I like to hear.
Sun metal on the mace. Flaming mace.
That's right.
He swings, and all you hear is the hiss of the flaming maze because the rain is pouring down about straight down.
It just
Man,
makes
that's
it
horrible.
worse.
Yeah,
Now it's
that's
scalding.
that's horrible. Scalding steam burn across everyone's face. Oh man.
That's
Well,
terrible.
that's session 8 in the bag. I hope that you guys enjoyed it.
We did it. Let's go,
I
Chad.
know we'll make it to session 9. I don't know who's going
right.
to survive it. We'll see. We'll see.
No.
True, Jim's friend. True. We're not deputized. We
Yeah, good luck,
can't
Aaron.
help Aaron.
That's on you. That's on you, buddy. You're in there.
Go, Lawman.
I mean, Bub had to make sure to give me a combat for my birthday, so you know.
Until next week, my friends. Good night. Goodbye.
Uh,
Sleep well.